Jeff back again. Baseball cards, they're only friends. Super short prints they collect.
Ooh.
The rarest of
Look
cards.
faster on opening day, Chris. I can't believe it's clocked here already.
Blabbin
Whoa.
about slabbing. Everything
All right.
is a sport.
Happy opening day, everybody. Oh, best day of the year, Jeff. A very interesting day, to be sure.
Even with the Braves not playing until tomorrow, it's still a happy day.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I woke up none too happy to the news of Jackson Chourio going to the injured list. And I got to say, my first reaction was a little bit of anger because it's obviously an issue he's been dealing with. And this, I know, was one of the big concerns about ownership over the WBC, because apparently he heard it during the WBC exhibition, but played through it, of course.
Yep.
And I can't blame him for wanting to play through it for his country, but it does suck because the team that's paying him all this money doesn't get him for a month. So that's a little frustrating.
Yeah, I totally understand. I'm glad he got that WBC championship under his belt. Maybe that explains why they left him in the 9-hole. Maybe I wonder if they knew. Like, that would be bad. I feel like if Miguel Cabrera and company, if they knew about the injury, that would be bad if they let him play through it. I'm sure he just kept his mouth shut and hit it.
Yeah. And then he heard it again on a check swing. Anyway, it's very frustrating. But
Yes.
the Brewers sort of reversed Nestor Cortez this year versus last year's opening day and put up a big number in their opening day game, which was a lot of fun.
Yes, that was nice. I'm very happy to see your team swing the bats. Yeah, especially after last year where poor Nestor Cortez was just beat to shit. But yeah, baseball's back. Did Skeens get rocked? I mean, if he had even a marginally competent center fielder,
I got to tell you, I would have made one of those plays. Maybe not the Sun play, but I would have made that other play.
Yeah, you don't see major leaguers take multiple steps in on balls like that. That was terrible.
And I think it wouldn't seem so bad if he just didn't have all those videos last year of him lollygagging out there in the field, not taking it seriously.
Yeah.
You get the impression that he probably took 0 fly balls over the winter. Yeah, I don't know. If I were Skeens, I'd be pissed.
Oh,
and
for sure.
As an owner in fantasy, I'm pissed because was rough.
Yeah, because it's not an error or anything. It's just, I mean, hopefully, O'Neal Cruz bought him some dinner, or bought him some booze, or I don't know, subscribed to Livy Dunn's.
It wasn't a can of corn, but it should have been caught.
But I mean, yeah, it should have been caught. I'm guessing 28 center fielders make that play.
Yeah,
easily.
Did you see this, Chris? Jay Ursith points out Yordan Alvarez hit one of the highest balls I've ever seen. And I don't know what the ground rules are at the stadium, but it really sucks because he launched that and it was in fair territory, hits the roof, and they call it foul. I thought it was a double. In a lot of stadiums it is, or it's a live ball. I guess maybe it was a live ball because then it landed in foul territory. Maybe that's what they're saying.
I think that might be the rule there, Jeff. If it hits that catwalk, it's live and it just goes where it goes. But I mean, yeah, if the roof was open or if there was no roof, that ball's long gone.
Long gone. It just doesn't seem right. So if he loses the home run crown by 1, we'll all be disappointed. I didn't notice this. I wasn't watching the game, so I only saw a couple of the low lights. But I'm not surprised if he was staring out there at center field.
Yeah, but yeah, there's already some great performances we're talking about. Christopher Sanchez, Jeff, looked incredible against Texas. Just mowed through that lineup. He looked great. And Curator Cardboard points out Mike Trout looking like vintage Trout against Houston today.
Yeah, Trout. Junior Caminero got on base 5 times, including 4 walks. How often do you see is he 21 or 22 now? 22-year-old slugger walking 4 times. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, and thank you for pointing this out. And Moonatones, yeah, Trout also stole a base.
He did?
Yeah.
Chris, this is the first time that I don't have Trout on any of my fantasy teams, probably in 10 years. And he went so cheap in my auction draft. I was embarrassed I just was like, I just can't do it again. And apparently that was wrong.
Maybe that's all it took, is for both of us to completely just give up on him.
Yeah,
who knows? Maybe we'll get 80 incredible games. Yeah.
Mad City Brew, our friend Jake Shortprint today was saying this is kind of it seemed like it was the curse of the WBC. Judge coming out slow, Webb bad. Scooble, though, on the other hand, today.
Scooble looked just fine.
Yep.
And the Dodgers don't seem concerned about Yamamoto. I mean, he just seems to be pitching all the time. He's already at your opening day.
Which is good to see. Maybe Yamamoto gets 35 starts.
Man, I mean, it's the poor guy. I mean, he pitches into like November.
Yeah.
Then starts up again in March and just doesn't get a break. But yeah, McGonigal looked incredible. Couple of doubles out of the gate. JT Holt homers in his major league debut.
Ooh, I didn't see that Justin Crawford homered as well. Wow.
Murakami,
I did see that one to double the White Sox score to 2 runs.
Hey, there's going to be a lot of those this season for him, Jeff, but they're all going to count for him.
Yeah. Wow. Kevin Kiermaier is one of the better center fielders in recent major league play. Yeah, it didn't really rub off. That's bad.
Hey, look, you know, we got a long way to go. Cubs fan for you. Matthew Boyd looked good for a couple innings.
I've got him in 2 fantasy leagues, so I was not surprised to see him get blown up.
But 7 Ks, Jeff. That's unlike Matthew Boyd. To me, that was the weirdest part. Like, he gives up hits sometimes, but 7 strikeouts?
Weird.
And if you were worried, if you were like me, you might have been a little bit worried about about James Wood, given he ended the season on a bad note, and he looked a little bit lost in spring training. Well, he looked a little bit lost during this game today. 0 for 5, 4 Ks. It's not often you could say someone matched Aaron Judge's performance and it's bad, but that's what we saw on opening day. I'm a little bit more concerned about James Wood than I am Aaron Judge, though, Jeff.
Yeah, because Judge has shown an ability to steer out of any sort of slumps, but not so much for James Wood, a half-season-long slump. You're right, Michael. The debut patches are going to be big, a lot of big debuts. Did you see Roman Anthony, the challenge call, Chris? Yeah,
I actually did not. No.
Yeah, it would have ended the inning at 1-0 going to the 9th, I believe, to the bottom of the 9th. He challenged it. They scored 2 runs after that. Pretty poised play by young Roman.
Yeah, I mean, like we said on Spitball, and he looks very much like the real deal.
Yeah. Max Fried.
Vintage Max Fried. I mean, that's, the Braves couldn't afford him, Jeff, but they sunk almost $100 million into left field that just went right into the trash between your boy Kelnick and Jerks and Profar. So maybe they should have taken all that money.
Can they get a refund on Profar now?
They get this year, they get all the money back, but they're still on the hook for whatever he's owed next year. I mean, we'll see how many games we play.
Crazy that he's not banned. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. Also, I do think 2 suspensions would void a contract, but I guess not. I also do think there is a chance he just doesn't come back. Like he disappeared. Like the Braves beat writer said he like more or less fled the country.
Yes, I've heard that.
So like I don't know. We may just never see him again if he doesn't come back.
He might not come back. Yeah. ABS in the Brewer game, the White Sox catcher challenged 3 different balls, and they were all correct. So yeah, ABS is working well today. He finally got one wrong on the 4th. I like the baseball system, how you can basically get 2 wrong. You can keep going until you get 2 wrong. And that seems fair to me.
Yeah, HP cards, the Netflix, it started off great as far the shots of Logan Webb warming up, like right over his shoulder. They had the camera right there. That was awesome. And then as it went on, it just like, it wasn't great. And the stupid ads behind home plate, Jeff, that were like so bright. I felt like I was watching really bad special effects from the 80s.
I was at my son's little league practice, so the only part I saw was them rolling that ridiculous hot dog cart out after the game and stuffing Grisham's face full of fries. So I didn't really see the game, so I can't offer too much of an opinion on the Netflix telecast.
It was the hot dog cart was dumb, but if you saw it and you didn't laugh at Trent Grisham just sitting there like a machine, just eating French fries, maybe that was the whole point. Is just to make us laugh a little bit.
It took a long time to get there, but yeah.
Yeah. All right, hold on. I'm getting it. I see an M. Parsons saying someone's being clever. That's high praise for her.
Oh yeah, it was the pro far no good.
I got
this comment.
All right. Yeah.
But here's another comment pointed at Chris, I believe.
Oh,
Michigan Cards and Graphs got to say a comfortable win against a good team without the Tigers needing to use our legendary, no doubt future Hall of Fame closer was a nice sight.
Yeah, I mean, you won by 6, so you put him in there. You probably have to get someone up just in case. You know,
if you guys haven't seen the most recent episode of Spitball and Cards, where Chris goes on an expletive-laced rant about Kenley Jansen and his Hall of Fame chances, definitely check that out. It's worth listening to. And I believe Phil only beeped the cuss words out. There's
2 beeps in there. Yeah. Phil said Filmington, who does our editing, said he's working with a new feature where he can like bleep stuff. So I was like, let's put Phil to the test.
Let's give him a test.
As soon as Scott mentioned Kenley Jansen, it was time.
Mookie Chilson, overreaction, maybe the biggest of the day. Carson, I don't even know how to say his last name. Benji is the best lefty right fielder to wear number 3 in New York history. Some high praise considering maybe the best baseball player of all time. Also shares those attributes.
That reminds me, Jeff, when I used to work for the Cyclones, there were some diehard Mets fans there.
I'm sure.
And the Mets signed Kaz Matsui, some of you may or may not recall, to be their starting shortstop. And he made his debut when the Yankees had both Jeter and A-Rod. And I believe Matsui homered, it may have been his first major league at bat, but it was in his first major league game. And 2 of the guys in the Cyclones office were like Kaz Matsui is the best shortstop. He's the best shortstop in New York, and Derek Jeter's the 3rd best shortstop in New York right now. Some slight hyperbole that maybe didn't age great.
Tex PC Cards introducing his girlfriend to opening day, and what she got was Netflix. Apparently, she didn't like all the screaming and fluff. I can't imagine how much Netflix paid for those rights, so they probably wanted to fill it as much as possible. Oh, yeah. Thank you, M. Parsons. Henge, like Stonehenge. All right.
Yeah, that's funny. I was like, that doesn't help me at all. I don't know how to pronounce Heng. Like that doesn't help.
Henge.
Henge. I did want to put a Shelly Cosman. I think the PCA. I think that's a great extension for both parties. I think the Cubs are going to be real happy about that down the road. But if you're 21 or 22 years old and you know you got $100 million coming to you, how do you say no to that?
Well, he's not that young, is he? PCA, he's a little older.
He's pretty young, isn't he? I think he's young. I don't have his birth certificate in front of me.
Maybe let's not get carried away with all our 20-year-olds in the league. But I think it's a great deal for both sides. Like,
damn it, Jeff! He just turned 24. How did you know that?
I figured he had a head of hair. It looks like a 24-year-old. Yes, as a couple of people are pointing out, Kaz Matsui homered on his first 3 opening days.
Wow.
Yeah, and Miz looked great. Jacob Mizrahi gave up a home run to the very first hitter and then struck out 11 in 5 innings. The Brewers struck out 20 batters today in a 9-inning game. White Sox had 27 outs. 20 of them were by strikeouts. Oh, my gosh. John Mayer. Well,
I mean, I hope they get that back. I look forward to whatever shenanigans they'll do for the home run derby. I feel like that's an event more primed for
agreed.
Some pure entertainment. Like they can really hang out with players on the field while the derby's happening. Stuff like that could be really fun. And then we can get horrible baseball cards made of it.
Nice. I agree totally. This was annoyed me. I put on Instagram yesterday the post about opening day should be opening day. Everybody should play. And then for a while they went where it was like one Sunday night game and then everybody played Monday. Now you're right. It's the staggered opening day. Annoying. Especially if you're a Braves fan. Get out there and play.
Yeah. There's the last day of the season. Every team plays at the exact same time.
Yes.
And maybe they should mirror that. Let's have some symmetry. First day of the season, everyone plays at the exact same time. Make it a weekday and let's make it a national holiday. We can end the Columbus Day, Indigenous Peoples Day controversy and just put that holiday at the end of March and the beginning of April, opening day, national holiday.
One holiday. Unir just met Ronaldo, sold him a car right now. We'll be posting some pics on my Instagram. What? All right. We got to hear more about this. Did you ask him to come on the show? What kind of car did he buy?
Yeah, I have 1,000 questions here. Did you get an autograph? Was his wife with him?
Yeah. Right.
Jeff, I did not have Ronaldo on our Blabbin bingo
mentioning
card.
Ronaldo on the show. I think it might be his first mention. Mad City Brew. You would not believe how many texts I got this morning and messages, responses to my Instagram story blaming Chris. I went over there early this morning, banged on the door, tried to find out what Cheerio card he bought last night. Nobody answered.
Yeah, Jeff's just waiting for the
one. I don't know. I don't know who to believe, but minor league lineup. Well, plus one Japanese league all-star.
Hey, you know what? All you can do is face the guys you're facing,
And for a kid that throws a million miles an hour but has some control problems, he really reined it in and threw a lot of strikes today. So I was very pleased with Mrs.
Birch McCallum, kind of a funny story here. I kept Kyle Stowers, oh boy, in one of my dynasty leagues. And then of course, you get the alert out of nowhere. He re-injures his hamstring. He's probably out for April. I told Jeff how much I hated the guy.
I got a text from Chris just full of vitriol, hating Kyle Stowers. And I said, wow, what's wrong now? And he got injured. We had a draft the next day. Guess who took Kyle Stowers?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm a glutton for punishment, but yeah, we had a draft after the injury. He just kept falling and falling and falling, and I'm like, what the hell with it? Like in middle of May, I'll put him in my lineup, and
it was a definite I wish I knew how to quit you moment for sure.
Yeah, he was so good last year, and then of course he got hurt, but right before our fantasy playoff. So really, I just got to stop drafting this guy, Jeff.
Mookie Chilson, good point. I wonder if Dix is going to put the Paul Skeens on the market. But man, we're going to make our predictions at some point in this show, and it's going to be hard to predict against Skeens winning, even though he gave the rest of the league a lap up on him to win the Cy Young.
Yep. Shelly Cosman, if you guys are not aware of this, thank you for pointing this out. The blackout restrictions there, MLB has now created a workaround for at least, I want to say it's at least like 18 of the teams.
Yeah, the Brewers were talking about it today.
Yeah, so you can go into your MLB account and you can buy your local team's cable package. So I do that for the Dodgers, which is ridiculous. I'm actually paying more to watch the Dodgers than I am to watch everyone else, which is really funny, Jeff. But I'll take it at this point because it means I don't have to have Spectrum.
Chris, I'm sorry to say, I have no idea who Ronaldo Nazario is.
Oh, well, that's kind of a misleading headline. I don't know who Ronaldo Nazario is, unless is he the original Brazilian Ronaldo?
The original Ronaldo?
Yeah, there's the Brazilians had a Ronaldo. I think they had a Ronaldinho as well.
Yes,
and
I remember the Ronaldo. Maybe that I didn't know Nazario was his surname, as it were.
All right, so quick question here about Fuentes is already on the roster. So it is 0 days. He made the opening day roster. He will be in the bullpen.
Who's
probably
Fuentes?
a long guy. Didier Fuentes. Oh. Great first name. But yeah, whatever game Bryce Elder's starting, I would expect to see Fuentes in there by like the third or fourth inning.
Oh, thick boy. This 95 Boston's opening day was on Good Friday, and they didn't serve beer at Fenway. The game move on hit the grand slam to win over the Indians opening day at Fenway. This year is Good Friday. Are they serving beer? I got to believe they're going to be serving beers. Money talks, Chris. Money talks.
It does. And weird city, though, Jeff. You never know. You just never know.
Yeah. Teapot's in here. Teapot, if do you want to come on and talk a little bit about your Tigers?
I did want to say, M. Parsons was privy to this conversation. The person on the phone was like, "Oh, why are you canceling your cable package with us today?" Like, because you're awful. Oh, we're sorry to hear that.
I hope Teapot gets this. Ronaldo, McDonaldo.
Wow. All right. Well, if you want to like bring Teapot on for a minute, let me. I got a couple pickups I want to talk about real quick while you're doing some behind the scenes there.
Yep.
First of all, a quick shout out to Gigi's Cards. Our boy Gregory told me about 2 months ago he had a card for me, and I don't think I even knew who it was. But then he was like, "Oh, I shouldn't send it now." So he finally sent me this Hassan Kim.
No, of course.
Golden Mirror. And I guess the day he told me he had an extra copy and was going to send it to me is the day that he tore a ligament in his finger back at home. But I'm looking forward to seeing this guy in a Braves jersey again, starting sometime in May. Fingers crossed. All right, next up, I was able to, if you guys know me, you know I'm hunting Freeman's all the time. This is what I think might be Freeman's like coolest image. It's his, it's not a wit. Don't worry, guys. It's a Stadium Club image variation from 2019. If you guys follow Clean Cards 5 on Instagram, he has, hold on to your butts, 6 copies of this card, Jeff. So I've got a long way to go to catch him. This is my second, yeah. And this was listed at like 1:15 a.m. And I happened to check my computer shortly after. And yeah, he said otherwise he would have bought it in the morning if he saw it. So I'm closing the gap. I'm only down by 4 now. All right.
Spectrum for Joe Bob is frozen right now. Imagine that.
It's the worst. It is the worst.
So Raptor should talk about his Japanese interview. I didn't know Raptor speaks Japanese, but that's great. Yeah. When he comes on, we'll ask him about that. Chris can translate for me.
Yep. I also bought a really interesting relic card that I wanted to share with you guys. When I was at the National this year, Phil and I talked to a gentleman who's a big Aaron Judge collector. And he said the only Aaron Judge card he had that he'd never sell was this Gypsy Queen card.
Wait a minute. It
was a Gypsy Queen sock relic.
Yes.
Yeah. So I started I was like, that sounds really cool. I started scouring Gypsy Queen checklists. And here in 2021, Freddie Freeman has one. And it took, what was the National? July. So it took about 8 months and one popped up. So how cool is this?
That's his socks. Love it.
Those are the socks, according to this MLB hologram. He wore these socks in the Home Run Derby in 2018.
Love the cards with holograms where you can find out exactly what they're from.
Auto is on card. It has like a really cool look to it. I'm sure there's a little Freeman sweat mixed into this sock here. But this is just like, it's so random. And I felt like it was really cool. I had to have it.
M. Parsons says it's a scratch and sniff. Let's welcome a Teapot, aka Raptor, to the show. Oh, look at that hat.
Bang.
Representing NCIS Origins. Look at that dog.
Nice. Agent Dalton made his big debut. Well, not debut, but like bigger episode. What do you call that? Is there a term for that? I don't know. I was watching.
Yeah, he was Jeff was a big part of a network TV show's cold open.
Jeff's got a love affair that's not his wife on a show that his wife is intimately involved on. Pretty interesting.
He probably wrote the scene, Ty. That's what's like amazing about it.
Yes.
She did.
Fantastic.
It was a basement episode. Thanks everybody for watching. I got a lot of nice comments.
So good.
Checked it out. So thank you.
Yep. Yeah, happy. It was really cool. So I'm repping. I was going to show you guys. Got my boys here.
Hey.
Say hi. We're watching the Dodgers. Oh, 2-0. 2-0 Diamondbacks.
I think Perdomo just took Yamamoto deep.
It's a second hit of the game.
Got Perdomo on got Perdomo on my fantasy team.
I want to see that.
Nice.
Right here.
Raptor, I like your little subheading there. Slab cracks heard round the world.
Yeah. When I logged in,
Japanese interview before we get too far off the case. You were on Cajun Cardboard speaking Japanese.
No, I was not on speaking Japanese on Cajun Cardboard. I was on Cajun Cardboard talking about lots of different stuff. I was on guy's name is Hisashi. He's Japanese. He actually grew up in part of the time in Detroit and then in Toronto, Greater Toronto area. But he is Japanese. He was born in Japan. His parents moved here, and then he moved back to Japan when he was a young adult, and he's been living there for a while. So he was kind enough. He's a big Market Movers fan, Market Movers affiliate, and was kind enough to invite me on his show to talk about the crack and cross stuff. So it was cool, really cool. I would love to get over to Japan sometime and spend a little bit of time there and meet more of the collecting crowd there. It would be really cool.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about the collecting crowd and the collecting environment in Japan these days.
Yeah.
It's no secret that Otani has worldwide appeal, but it seems to even go beyond just Otani collectors, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Big time. Yeah. So, by the way, I don't know if you guys talked about this guy. This was a recent pickup of mine that I'm excited about.
Yeah.
Love it.
But he hit a opening day home run, and then I'm waiting on this guy tonight. We'll see if he can take it to the Guardians. It's reflecting on my phone screen, but this is a Shimmer Auto to 5 out of Stadium Club rookie.
Hold on, put that up. Let me get you solo.
Let me
so
do
you can
that.
see it.
Let me try to
Yeah, the
change my
shimmer
camera
is hard
angles.
to capture.
Here, hold on. Why is it reflecting so badly in the light?
Wrong.
Wow, that was even worse.
Huh?
I don't know.
Going on there.
Or I don't know what kind of lighting. We got string lights. We got.
Turn up.
Anyway,
All
There.
right. Well, we
There
see
it is.
it's
There it is.
Mariners.
There we go.
Yeah. Look at that.
Cal Raleigh.
Cal
I
Raleigh.
saw this one and I was like, you know what? I'm looking it over pretty closely to see if it's worth getting graded or not. But
Those
as you
shimmers are
guys
out of
know,
5, right?
out of 5,
Shimmers are out
baby.
of 5?
Yep,
Nice.
this one's numbered 2 of 5. I'll probably find out that it's actually a card from an uncut sheet that's
Right.
actually been backdoored from some early Stadium Club bankruptcy. And
Yeah, I don't want to go down a whole rabbit hole, but I was shocked at the fine print on the PSA rules about who can collect on the insurance on the return. That the person who submits
you
the
can pay
card,
the upcharge, but you cannot collect the.
It
I
just
don't
seems so absurd. Yeah.
Yeah. So all I'll say about that is if anybody saw the video on the Market Movers channel that we did that I did this last week, it was a bit of a roller coaster. I won't say a lot about it except that I'm waiting for more info. I'm supposed to meet with PSA next week with some people, and we're going to actually do a follow-up interview on the channel. And I have a bunch of questions I want to ask them. And what I am kind of excited about is it seems like they want to connect to kind of maybe give some more education and transparency to the hobby about how they do things. So that's
I'd say that's a fine way of couching damage control. But yes, I would appreciate some transparency, especially the way yours was handled, and watching your video where you didn't even find out until you went just to make sure everything was copacetic on the PSA website. That's what it took for you to find out that they had decertified your card.
Yeah, so that's one of my questions is like, what is the ordinary process if a cert gets deactivated to notify the person who had last graded it, or do they not, or what? There's a lot of questions in that space, but in every experiment that I've done with grading, I've been sincerely and careful to say, like, I do think actually all of us want grading to be really good. Like, we want it to be, they want them to, it's not, it is not easy. Like I'm not somebody that's going to sit here and like shake my fist and be like, you be better. I hate that phrase. Although that may have crossed my mind once or twice, but it's tough. It's tough to run a big business. And this is making my head sweat. There's always room for opportunity. And I think as like consumers and as people who use a service, that's just like what we want to hear. We want to hear you say like, hey, we know we've got to like tighten this up, and then see action, not just talk, but like action. And that's the big thing and I think they've taken a lot of steps that people maybe have forgotten about over the last few years in different things, but still more questions than answers at this point. So I'm really looking forward to the opportunity to talk to them and hopefully get some of those answers, not just for myself, but like for everybody to understand, like, what's this process look like. And I think a lot of people probably don't know that can happen, that you can like have a card graded and then it just like, if they get more information, a credible lead, something like that, some probie coming in with new data.
Right. I didn't know that could happen. And the fact that the person who then submitted it can't be reimbursed if they've already graded it and then declare it to be fake. The person who submitted is kind of out of luck, which seems extremely unfair.
I have to imagine what happens is like they go through a process, right? A couple different graders see a card. For certain cards, I think they put their best people, different people on cards. It was at an upcharge service level because it's a more expensive card. And then if they get data sent to them, that calls into question the legitimacy of the card, whatever that data may be, whatever that information may be. I think as a protective mechanism, maybe both for future potential buyers. Like think about this downstream, right? They're deactivating the cert based on new data, and then what they didn't say was this is definitely not real. They have asked me to send it back to them for further review. That's what they've asked for.
Yes, which
Which
sounds
for
kind
me,
of like a hostage negotiation tactic.
it does. It's tough though. Like I really try to be reasonable and think about these things, even outside of the personal, like initial visceral reactions and emotion. Is like,
Right.
okay, what if me as a Grant Hill collector, I wanted to go after this card, and I'm going to the Front Row Card Show in Atlanta this weekend. And what if I hadn't been the one that submitted it? What if somebody else had, and they submitted it and they got it back? Whether their intention was knowing that it was potentially fake or whatever, backdoored or not, like as a buyer, I would actually feel really good about the fact that PSA deactivated the cert if there's questions around it, if they got new info. Like imagine I'm at the show this Saturday, I see the card, I look it up in PSA's cert registry, and then I go, oh, hey, Mr. Seller, this is deactivated. And he's going to go like, what are you talking about? But like as a buyer, I'm protected now, like because I didn't make the mistake of accidentally paying $2,200 for this card.
Right, but
you
your
know?
protection tie should come from if you did buy it and then found out it was
Right.
fake, that you would be able to be reimbursed for whatever you paid.
I'd
for
rather
it.
not deal with the hassle, but like I think from their perspective, they're like protecting themselves. Like, they're saying like, oh, quick deactivate it before it potentially gets sold, and then somebody can make the insurance claim. I don't know. We'll see.
I think it's
we'll see.
That's
but
actually what you just said, Ty. I think that's a really important note for anyone who's watching this. Like, if you're at a show and you're debating a big purchase of a slab card, look up the cert while you're standing.
100%, always. Yeah.
Right.
I'd be lying if I said I always do, but you should.
Yeah, definitely should.
It's tough because now your choices are to send it back, and then really you have no recourse, right?
Yep.
You have no financial recourse because you're the one that submitted. So you send it back, and then it's in their hands, and they can say, "Yep, it is fake. We're going to keep it and destroy it." Or you can go to the show and sell it and hope that somebody doesn't look it up and make your money back and kick the bucket on down the road. It just feels like there's got to be a better way.
Yeah, there's a million things that if I didn't have integrity or ethics, I could do that would be like, or even let's just say I was just some random person and I didn't have a YouTube channel where this was like public. They deactivate the cert. I could just crack the card out, put it on Mercari, and put it at $1,500 and for sure sell it. Like there's so many shady things in that regard. So it's tough. It's really tough. 90s inserts are tough. The other thing I would say is, I did the video of all the different grading companies. And a lot of people told me, though it wasn't necessarily my intention, the reaction from the audience was that everybody felt that tag grading came out the best out of all of that. Even though they said the Griffey was too large. Yeah, tons of people were like, I think people got exposed to the tag dig report, like the detailed grading scans, and they were like, wow, automated, and they got the impression that it was AI, even though I never used the words AI. People just think AI. It's not AI. But a lot of people were like, I like tag. Well, from what I understand, the reason that PSA even got the information that this card was potentially from an uncut sheet was because of a particular user on X who has some connectivity to people at PSA, specifically at PSA, maybe to other grading companies, I don't know. But imagine a scenario where I sent this card, where I just crack it out and I send it to Tag. Is Tag going to have access to the same knowledge about this uncut sheet scenario that PSA would? I doubt it. I really doubt it. Like, probably not. So, like, if you're looking at what I would call tier 2 grading companies, or maybe upstart like grading companies, that's like a thing. And I know for a fact that people send fake and counterfeit cards to companies like Tag and Ace Grading and C3 and others that are trying to make a name for themselves. They're getting started, but they're trying to get stuff like a one over on them where they don't have the same research and knowledge. So anyway, I don't mean to hijack the conversation about grading.
No, it's always interesting, and
it's opening day.
PSA and grading is the content creator's gift that keeps on giving, because you get a ton of views on that as
It's
well.
true. It's true. Yes.
Quick question while we're on this. How did the duplicate cards remain uncut in the first place?
Oh, okay. That's a great question. The quick answer is basically Fleer Skybox went through bankruptcy, and all the manufacturers typically print multiple copies of cards as backup copies in the event of damage or loss, or let's say something happened and they ran the first sheet. Like, they just always typically have backups. So, and I don't know how many copies. In some cases, they may have had multiple. But the going assumption is that there was, bankruptcy, and some of these uncut sheets just sort of like made their way out the back doors during the collapse of the company, and then surfaced many, many years later. In this case, roughly 20 years later, maybe a little less than that, 15. And so that uncut sheet, actually a few uncut sheets of these essential credentials without the stamps on them. They didn't get stamped because they weren't real. They weren't they weren't meant for packs. They were backup copies in an uncut sheet. They were sold on Golden Auction. And many, it's not just a Golden thing. Many of the auction houses do this. The uncut sheets can be collector items, but it does call into question whether or not uncut sheets should even be tolerated in the hobby. Because if this can happen, from what I understand, there are actually services, not unlike the CT scanning service that we saw emerge for sealed boxes, where you can send your sheets to be cut in ways that the manufacturers cut them.
Hey.
And then if you have a way to like stamp them that looks legitimate, I don't know, scammers are going to scam. So that's what happened. That's the going assumption.
All right, I want to talk about the Tigers, but I first want to. Curator has asked this question of you. What happens to comps of that card?
The comps out.
Yeah,
it's a really good question. Right now, the only comp of that card is the one that's in Market Movers from the sale at Cards HQ that I made of the purchase. That was from little under 2 years ago for $2,200. If we find out that it was fake, I probably actually wouldn't remove the comp, and I'll tell you why. Even if it were determined a fake card, my assumption at the time of purchase was that it was a BGS5 real copy of the card. So in a sense, the intention is that it was a real comp. I could see an argument made in both cases, but when I bought the card, I thought it was the real card. So like, that's, in a way, it's a comp, even if it's proven 2 years later that it's not legit.
Makes sense.
But we do delete sales if they're proven to be like, if somebody sends us information that's like, this was fake or this didn't get paid or whatever, we're happy to remove that stuff from our database.
All right.
Doc, Miz did not have 20 Ks. The Brewers total had 20 Ks.
Yeah, the Brewers sure did.
But
Poor Mrs. Arm would have fallen off, Jeff, before
he would have thrown 180 pitches.
Yeah.
So Raptor, quickly, what do you think about your Dodger? I mean, Freudian slip. Your Tigers.
Yeah, the Dodgers are Scott's team. I'm pumped. You can't ask for a better start to the season. It's just one game, 1 out of 162. But I love Bobby Witt. I'm so he's so awesome, and I'm jealous. Envious is the right word, actually. I am envious that the Royals have him. Like, I just find myself going like, God, I wish he were on the Tigers. I really wish he were on the Tigers. Plus he's a divisional rival, right? But so to have a guy like McGonigal, we have good players. I love Riley Green. Kerry Carpenter has his big moments. Even though Torque hasn't worked out the way we thought, I have a soft spot for him. Just from a hitter perspective. But McGonigal looks like he could be a legitimate top 20 positional player in the league. That's how he looks. I think he can really creep into that tier. He's a top prospect. He's got his hitting ability, his eye, his patience. It's all there. Whether or not he can keep it together and stay consistent and build a career, who the heck knows? But I'm really excited. His fielding has gotten a lot better over the last 6 months, 8 months. So I'm pumped.
Be honest, Ty. Did you go on eBay and look for Kevin McGonigal cards after he went 4 for 4 in his debut?
I resisted the urge, but I also resisted the urge to sell the ones that I bought because I'm just like I'm sitting.
Sell high.
I mean, I should, like, in theory, I've sold a few over the few months, but like, and there's a couple I should sell because I'm not particularly attached, so I probably should go list them right now. But I have some others. I have his like Sapphire Gold Bowman first, and some others that I'm just like that I really like, and I'm just gonna wait it out. We'll see. I don't want to go to like I don't want to make this all about. I was thinking about it today though, because that exact thought came into my mind. I'm like, wow,
Yep.
I should sell everything now, and as Neo says, they let you buy them back later, right? So like I should.
Yep.
But I was thinking about this whole like prospect and everything, and if you buy players that you really like, and you prospect on them, and you keep them, you could sell them when they're high, and then maybe like you're happy to buy them back later for like a significantly inflated price once they've proven themselves. Like
Yes.
once they've
Yes.
proven themselves,
Yes.
like almost as a because it's an odds game. Now a lot of these guys don't work out long term.
100%. I wish I would have taken that path with Hero and Kelnick, which I did not.
Yeah, that's
Since
and
then,
it-
yes, I've taken
yeah.
that path.
The analog is a guy on Instagram messaged me yesterday and was like, "Hey, I'm getting ready to send this card to consignment, but I wanted to see if you were interested first." And it was an Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's like the main wide receiver for the Detroit Lions. Amon-Ra St. Brown, and it was his Prism Gold rookie, like so numbered to 10. Great card, awesome card. Would love to have it in my collection. Love St. Brown. But I told him, I said, I love it, but not for the price. You should send it. And I said, it's a card I'll look to buy in 5 years because like he's not going to hold up. And even if he does, let's say he ends up becoming the next Calvin Johnson. Well, then I'd be happy to like try to go pursue one of his, probably not a gold, but like something else for like a high price tag and feel good about it. So yeah, it's tricky.
Text P cards. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. We do have our. Let me see if I
Code
can
up there
in the right direction. Right there.
There you go.
If you have your QR code, use it there. But yes, I'm going to drop the link. Thanks for asking that. Teapot was talking about going and buying Kevin McGonigal cards, and I'm sure he was trying to use our.
Well, for sure. I just want to say, like, I feel like the Tigers are a great team to root for. They feel like if you're watching like a youth baseball movie, or they're like the nerd team, just with the names alone, like Scooble, Spencer Torkelson, Kevin McGonigal. Like, these are nerds. These are nerds that get beat up in the first half of the movie, and then they end up, coming together as a team and defeating the Gunnar Hendersons of the world that have like the better baseball names.
It's funny you say that because as I've been waiting for every week for the next episode of NCIS Origins and Survivor to come out, in the meantime, I've been seeing Freaks and Geeks suggested to me and rewatching episodes of that. So yeah, you're right. There's a lot of dorky names on the they sent Wenzel Perez back down to the minors for now.
Bye.
But
Bye.
yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. Someone says Will Vest. I mean, that's okay. But yeah, they do have just Spencer Torkelson always. That just looks like a guy who's on his computer all day, not a hulking first baseman that matches.
What about Reese Olson?
Yeah,
that's kind of in the mix.
It is. It's a fun team to root for, and the jersey sales. I kind of want a jersey with McGonagall on the back of it. And if you're a Harry Potter fan, I feel
I just now took my Tigers jersey off because I had it on all day.
Oh, you should have worn it on here.
It's hot. I literally just took it off, and you were like, "Do you want to join?" And I didn't even think about it. I just went and grabbed my.
I'm
my
glad
other
you
hats here.
joined the Gary Callahan hat. With Teapot's luck, that Amon-Ra card will be a fake. Sorry to say, yes. So probably
that's
better
what.
than 5 years.
That's what I'm saying. Like this. Like I'm gonna find out my Shimmer Cal Raleigh Big Dumper is fake. Who knows?
I wasn't a Boy Meets World fan. Maybe Chris was. Wasn't the nerdy kid named Torkelson from that show?
I was a little. I'm not sure.
It wasn't Torkelson. No. It was Minkelson. It was like Mink something. It wasn't Torkelson, but that's funny.
Equanimous St. Brown, Packer legend.
Professor Frank.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Notre Dame legend, Equanimous St. Brown.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
Holmes
Braves
sold a handful
fan-
of Reese Olson's rookie cards to his mom.
Oh yeah, we have some people in the chat that have done that have definitely sold stuff to family members.
The family.
Ty, as a Braves
yeah,
fan
Minkus.
and a Lord of the Rings fan, I wanted a jersey that has Strider on the back. I feel like that's as close as we're ever going to get to
Yeah.
a Lord of the
Oh, I
Rings.
didn't even think
That's
about
right
that.
up your alley. That's like a mashup.
If they ever sign some
Dude.
random kid from like the Netherlands whose last name is Aragorn, I'm gonna buy so many of his cards. It's not even-
You should
This-
just
you know
get one
what?
that
You know
has it
what?
on
Hey,
there and people ask what it is.
I've got 5 kids right now. Maybe if I can get to like 7 and have 2 more boys, I can get like a Boromir in the mix or something. I'm naming my kid Samwise, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Well, I mean, if you get to 7, Ty, if you get to 7 kids, you and your wife, I mean, you have formed the fellowship of the ring right there for every
A
Halloween.
fellowship of the diamond.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tex. Tex PC just purchased a card using our link, so we're gonna get a few more cents to refill Chris Maker's mark after this.
All right, bottles don't refill
Bang.
themselves.
That's awesome. No, not in this economy, man.
So,
No, at least
so
the stuff I
Teapot, somebody
drink
asked
only has a little
earlier if you managed to get a Jack Caglione auto, and people probably don't know what they're referring to, but Ty, as some of you may know, works for or works at a big card shop, and you had some
Yeah.
famous folks in there.
Did so I was getting ready to shoot a video in the studio, was picking out some boxes for like a box battle challenge with another guy, and was walking back and I was checking out, and actually the first person I noticed was Matt Strom with like a camo coat and his hoodie up over his head. And I was like, oh, that's Strom. I was like, that's cool. I mean, I know he's a big collector. He's actually done like sports card content before. Seems like a super
Does he
genuine
still
guy.
have long hair?
Yeah, as far as I could tell, but his hood was up.
Oh.
And then I saw him, but there's like this big pillar. It's actually a market movers pillar in the middle of Cards HQ. And so when I was walking back to the studio, I did like a double take, and I was like, oh, that's Cags. And I saw them, and I was like, I don't want to be like that guy. So I just was like, oh, hey guys, good to see you, you know. And they were like, oh, what's up? And
Very
then like I just
cool.
went to the studio.
Yeah,
And
you played it cool. That's what you're supposed to do. Yeah,
I played it
Yeah,
cool. You know, they'll be back. Like I think they'll be back at some. They've been actually Cags has been in a few times, and he even actually the first time he ever came in, he wound up like jumping into our breaker booths and like ripping some packs with people
yeah,
and
I
stuff. So
remember
like
that.
he's
Got some points because they say after me.
oh nice.
Yep.
Yeah, so he's
I kind of feel like you big timed him, so I feel like next time he's going to come in asking for your autograph. And
hey,
then,
you know
maybe
what?
we
Like
do
he's
a jersey
into
swap.
cards. You know, maybe we'll have a collab. Who knows? That'd be really cool. Yeah, he and Bobby. That's it's really cool that both of those guys are super into cards. So
Yeah,
and he
Roy
bought
Lucchese
he bought
would not have been able
he
to
bought
handle
one of his
it
own
so
cards.
Oh,
Yeah.
You what?
So he bought one of his own cards, and he bought a I think he bought a Bobby Witt home field advantage to give to Bobby, which was pretty cool. So
That's
Nice.
cool. We all know Bobby's one of the big collectors in the business.
Yeah.
Chris has put up the trivia link a few times. Hopefully you guys have joined in there. Thanks to a viewer, SFO Sox fan, who's most famously known for being kicked out of a Facebook group that Chris was an admin of, has graciously donated 3 boxes of opening day cards, which RIP opening day.
sick.
To
Awesome.
the top 3 places in trivia tonight. So it's a huge trivia, opening day themed, and thank you to SFO Sox fan for these beauties. Get in trivia. We'll play in about 10 minutes.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And thank you, SFO. That's a very generous and very fun
Huge.
prize today.
Yeah, hit those image variations.
Yes.
That's right. That's right. 2020's got that awesome Otani with a little guest star in the back. Did
T-shirt.
I always wanted Matt Strom was one of those guys I wanted to meet because I just want to know if he's aware that people say he looks like Nicolas Cage in Con Air.
Which is one of Chris's favorite
There
movies.
is.
I mean,
I
have
went
to imagine
dressed as
he's heard
him,
that.
right? He dressed as
He
him.
has to know. He has to have heard it before, but it's incredible. There have been some side by sides that are just perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
Well,
you.
if he
Dressed as
dressed
him
up
on
like
the-
him, yeah, we need like an SSP of him dressed up like Con Air.
Yes.
Yeah.
All these
It-
is
it's
it
Hair
would be the
flowing back.
it would be the one time, Jeff, where a pair of jeans and like a white tank top would be an acceptable SSP
Yes.
image. We would be okay with it.
It'd be even better if he wore that on the MLB Awards red carpet or something. That would be
Yes.
awesome.
Gosh.
And he brought Nicolas Cage instead of his wife. I mean, we could.
Yeah.
Hopefully they have some fun with it at some point because it's pretty uncanny.
Yes, and it's a very rewatchable movie. We talk about it often here. So
Yes. Just suspend. Just don't think about it too much.
Yeah.
Or at all.
We just got a Pajes home run.
I see.
yeah,
Yep.
I'm hearing about that. SFO Sox fan said whoever had him as the first Dodger to hit home run, go collect your winnings.
I just got a
he's
run
like a
from
sneaky-
Teoscar on my fantasy team.
Yeah, I think Max Muncy scored a run too. My final round draft pick in my fantasy league of mine. I don't like owning him, but I waited too long on every other third baseman. So desperate times.
I went early.
oh,
I went
yeah.
early to snatch McGonigal in fantasy. Well, like 2 rounds early. I was like, because they were like Michigan people in my league, and I'm like, I'm not messing around. I'm taking him now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
That's
funny
smart.
when you play with leagues like my league that I run that Chris is in, and we have a lot of Brewer fans in there. So the Brewers tend to have a little bit of a premium. So it's the same kind of thing. Yeah, if you have hometown people, you have to know.
Yeah, it's an auction league, so I always just keep putting up whatever brewer is the highest rated one. Just get money.
Soak all the money out of the pool. It's not a bad strategy.
No,
Chris has never had a Brewer on his fantasy team in that league.
I don't even bother trying. Like I think Trevor McGill went for like $23. Their closer.
Closers go at a premium, but yeah, McGill.
It's like, all right.
I'll take your eBay.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Do you guys like the Angels first baseman? Is that Nolan Shenuel? Because
Yeah.
Shanuel?
I took him and then I dropped him this morning to pick up Jake Bowers because once I got the Churio injury news, Bowers, who is about the best hitter in all of spring, I knew he'd get playing time, and he hit a monster home run today. So it sounds like I would have had a home run either way.
I feel like Shanuel is one of those guys who just sits on the waiver wire. He gets picked up for like a week at a time. Like he's just there's nothing
100%.
exceptional about him. Just a corner infielder who you get him at the right time, you get a couple home runs, and then you end up dropping him. But
Yeah.
There's always like 1 or 2 guys every year like him who wind up having like one really good season, like in their career, you know? They just sort of show up and you're like, ah, crap, I wish I wouldn't have.
Yeah, or it's like
I wish I would have added him, or I
or
wish I
I
would have.
32 home runs. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
stuck with him.
So Chris
Yeah.
C here asks about Drake Baldwin. I'm a huge Drake Baldwin fan. I just watched the MLB Network. C. Phillips was saying he should be the next Brave that gets extended. That terrifies me. There's such a thing as the Alex Anthopoulos extension curse, that every single person he has signed to an extension has now gotten hurt or stopped being good, except for Matt Olson. And I really shouldn't have said that out loud.
Mhm.
I don't know. I do believe in Baldwin. I think he's going to DH when he's not catching. So I like him a lot.
Yeah,
And so-
catchers
so-
are tough. Catchers often fade. That's well said, Chris. Catchers get hurt. William Contreras played most of last year with a badly broken, dislocated finger. A lot more opportunities to get hurt at catcher, and it's tough to be good for a long period of time. So,
Yeah, I don't own any Drake Baldwin cards. I will buy them when he retires. That's pretty much what I'm going to do with any Braves player now.
that's what
Just
Chris
gonna wait.
recommends. Don't buy his cards. Thank you.
Just going to wait it out. No rush.
Michael Smoller with a
What
question.
if I
for
buy you a card, Chris? If
Oh.
I buy you a card, a Braves card, does the curse still fit? We'll have to test
Yes,
it.
you missed the beginning of the show. Gregory, one of our faithful Spitball and Discord members, bought me this in the offseason after the Braves re-signed Ha-Seong Kim. He bought this for me, and then Kim broke his finger slipping on the ice in Korea. So yeah,
I'm about to hit home runs.
the baseball gods know, Ty. They know that there's no workarounds.
PBG cards. This will be the Angels make the playoffs and the Yankees won't. That would be something. I did not go so far as to pick the Angels, although I know both of us did 2 years ago in Otani's last year. We were kind of hoping for some Angels magic, which never.
We were picking with our hearts. All right, Ty, we have one final question for you.
And
After we run trivia, Jeff and I are going to go through our predictions. So I want to hear yours.
Ooh.
Tell us who
Oh.
you like for MVP and what your World Series matchup, what you think your World Series matchup is going to be.
Homer, Tigers versus Braves.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Oh gosh, I feel like this is definitely putting me on the spot. Okay, so
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it?
We're
It's
going to
gotta be.
record
I
this
haven't
and show it
my
to
gosh.
all your market
I
movers.
should have I have
Go.
thought about this. Like, I was kicking myself because Jeff and a data guy from my team were both just in Vegas, and I meant to have them put put a bet this year on Rookie of the Year on McGonigal for me, and I didn't wind up getting that done. But I won last year on Scooble. So you just said MVPs and World Series.
Yep. Think
That's-
about that for a second. I'm going to
Um,
respond to 2 comments here really quick.
Okay. All right, I am going to think about it.
Okay, Reagan's had no chance last year. I was so high on him. I had him in all 3 of my fantasy
Reagan's
teams.
and Bybee, those two
Yep,
guys.
I picked him for
Boom.
Cy Young, and he barely pitched. He had no chance. And that's just unfortunate. So I didn't touch him this year. So just do with that what you will. Take that information and lock it away. Use it as needed.
That's right. I forgot Mad City Brew has a connection with Drake.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I really like that kid. I love his at bats. I love the approach. I don't want to hurt him.
No.
I just don't want to hurt him. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why Baldwin is better than Will Smith, because Will Smith can't get non-catching at bats.
Nope.
And they're gonna
got that lockdown. Yeah.
So he's only gonna play 3 or 4 days a week. The rate stats are great, but the counting stats will never be, way up there.
Mad City Brew reminds us that his stepson was Drake Baldwin's coach on the travel
That's right.
team in the
that's
great
awesome.
state of Wisconsin. SFO Sox fan wants
All right.
to know Chris before he drops a
not.
large amount on Roman Anthony.
I have no Roman Anthony cards. I have no Roman Anthony stake in fantasy.
I do
just
believe
feel
Chris has the first Allen and Ginter
Nigel.
auto of Roman Anthony's sister, however. So I don't know if that.
I pre-ordered that from whenever it gets printed.
All right, Teapot, what do you got?
All right.
You can tell them the morning.
Okay.
You can tell
I'm
them
gonna go with I'm definitely going with Otani again for MVP in the NL.
It's
I
hard
just
not
can't
to.
pick against him.
We
It's
decided
alright.
to
I
usually
can't
go with a
pick against him.
non-Otani winner. But
Yeah, Jeff and I were winners when we make our.
Okay, I'm going Otani in the NL. In the AL, I'm gonna go with Bobby Witt.
Okay.
And I think if you were to tell me like, okay, if you weren't gonna pick Judge or Bobby Witt, give me another pick. Yeah, I am really high on a bounce back from Gunnar, like in the right direction, but I don't think he's MVP. But like, I think Julio Rodriguez is going to have a huge season. I'm pretty high on J-Rod. I'm kind of kicking myself for not really buying any of his stuff. I bought his stuff last year, and then he didn't really do anything to start the year, and I sold it.
Your Corbin Carroll investment.
Yeah, it was Corbin Carroll and J-Rod, and both of them, like, Corbin played well and just didn't go up in price, and J-Rod didn't start out great and then didn't go up in price, and I sold it all. But I'm gonna go with Bobby and Otani, and for the World Series, I'm gonna go with I'm definitely just gonna go with my heart and go Dodgers Tigers in the World Series. Do I think it's gonna happen? I don't know, but I'm gonna go. It would be so amazing. The last time that a Detroit sports team won a championship was when the Pistons beat the Los Angeles Lakers in 2004.
Yeah.
And so if we had, and they were also a dynastic behemoth. And so if we had a chance somehow to wind up in that scenario, it'd be pretty special.
I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility at all. The Tigers, like they have a really, I don't think there's going to be a ton of competition in the Central. I like the Royals again, but I think the Tigers should win the division. You now have 2 sort of like really good left-handed starters at the front of your rotation.
Yes. Yeah.
That's huge, especially if you end up playing the Dodgers. Like with the Phillies, the Dodgers could not hit the Phillies in the DS last year. They just managed to outpitch them for 4 games. But left-handed pitching is extremely valuable. Come postseason.
A lot of it's going to depend on what version of Verlander, like, can Verlander actually pitch this year? Has age finally caught up with him? He was phenomenal his last 12 starts of last year. He was really good, like ridiculously good. I think we're going to get Jackson Jobe back later this year at some point.
No one wants.
I don't know if Reese Olson will have any chance of coming back, but like Flaherty's obviously a big wild card. He's super streaky. He'll go out and give you 6 innings, 1 earned, and then 6 innings, 6 earned, and you just don't know which version. But yeah, it's exciting. We'll see what happens.
All right, before you go, have your boys throw out an MVP.
Do they have any picks?
Who's going to win MVP?
Either league is fine.
Who do you think? Who do you like?
Judge. Okay.
He said Judge and Otani.
That's
What
hard to
about
argue.
what about Roman
Spoken like a
Anthony?
true Vegas sports book right there.
14.
Roman said Roman Anthony is going to be 14, MVP 14.
Okay.
This is my Roman.
After
Said
the
Roman
name,
Anthony will be
you got to
MVP
root for the
14.
player with the same name as you. Love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, you have no choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Leo's going to go for Leo DeVries.
Hey, hey.
I'm probably
That'd
gonna
be
go
amazing.
for like Otani, Judge, and
Cal Raleigh, the
no,
dumper.
not Kyle
Oh,
Raleigh.
big dumper.
Go for,
Love it.
Freddie Freeman.
Oh, he says Freeman. Leo says Freeman. Okay.
No,
That would
right.
be awesome. That would be awesome if Freeman pulls an MVP season out at
That'd be
age
psycho.
37 or whatever he is.
Randomly
Yeah,
hits like 375. He's up right now with a chance to do some damage. Whole shortstop holes wide open.
I think my second vote in the NL is going to be Acuna. That's my second vote.
All right, a couple of people have said Acuna in the chat. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
You get some flowers for your Cajun cardboard from Diego
Oh,
Pack
Mom,
Fresh.
look at
Thanks, Diego. That was fun.
Hemophobic.
that. Oh, I thought that was a home run.
He was going to throw DeVries out as well. So,
Yeah.
Otani for Cy Young, that would be something. He looked good. In
Yeah.
that first 4
I'm
innings that he had.
gonna put these guys to bed because it's 10:02. But he says what? This is what I'll leave you guys with, and we've talked about this before. But we did Cards on the Table came out today on SCI YouTube, and the lead topic was Otani prices, and Jeff was like, he's so hot, he's gonna crash. He's just gonna. I'm like, he could, but
Freeman's up.
can you imagine a world where Otani comes out and somehow like wins Cy Young and MVP in the same season and has 15 WAR? Like he could do it. He could. He literally could. He had
absolutely
freaking
could.
11 strikeouts in 4 innings. Like in the last spring training. Like this guy is unbelievable. So
Yeah.
so
I saw the
just-
title for your video. I haven't watched it yet, Ty, but I was interested to see what
Yeah.
Jeff said about it collapsing. Even some of the greatest minds in the hobby, Chris Sewell, collector, investor, dealer, has been predicting this year Otani cards to finally go down. And I believe since he made that prediction about 2 months ago, Otani's market is just up another 50%. So I don't know. I don't know.
It's got to catch up at some point, but
Yeah.
but I don't know if that point is now. What is he, 31? And like, I just look at this season in a vacuum and say, if he does if he comes out and he has another 8+ WAR season, if he wins MVP, like if he wins another MVP, a third MVP, and then a freaking World Series, he's just going to keep going up. Like it's going to be I don't know. I don't even know what to call that at that point, stratospheric. But like, I cannot imagine a world where he wins MVP and Cy Young. If he did the trifecta in World Series, like, I don't know.
How much would he get?
I don't know.
And his floor is just getting higher and higher. So yes, there may be a
It is.
crash, but
That's just asking too much. I mean, there's no way he just won't pitch enough innings. Oh my God, is that going to sneak through?
that's what 7 says. But
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah.
You could see in Game 7 of the World Series, he was tired. He was physically tired just from doing it for a month, pitching and hitting. Like, so how? At 31, can he get through a whole season doing this?
Yeah.
You get a lot of
I mean,
votes.
I'm
PJ, not
like-
gonna lie.
My opinion is like the Dodgers have a lot of arms.
Yep.
Although like Roki kind of falling apart doesn't help them. They do still have a lot of arms if they get Snell back and everything. And like I think the next amazing thing to like put on his resume would be that he like comes in and has like a 50 save season. Like just like a ridiculous, like
I know there
he's
was
just the
talk about him
closer.
doing that, and there's people.
It'd
that
be
say he's
amazing.
not getting enough pitches. ATL Jeff Black, you're right, but he loves to pitch, and that he's happier when he pitches. So I believe he's going to pitch and he's going to start as long as he can, and the Dodgers are going to let him do it. He might not get the innings necessary to win a Cy Young, but even if he just has an average Otani pitching season and puts up his average hitting season, he's going to be a shoo-in for MVP again.
Yeah, if he just gets Cy Young votes, I think that would be that would be a win.
Yeah.
Just get a couple down ballot votes. Like that just doesn't happen. So we'll see. But
All
for
right,
him, it's
T-Bob,
not
All
up.
right.
Thank you.
I'll leave
Thank
you guys to
for joining
trivia.
us. Yeah. Thank you guys for your predictions.
Yeah, happy to do it. Happy opening day to everybody watching. Thanks for the kind words. And I'll
Absolutely.
try to zip back in here for the close.
Open
All right,
it.
anytime.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. See ya.
Yep.
Sorry.
All right, I put the trivia link back up there one more time, and I will
Yes,
put
and it is pinned to the top of our YouTube. If you didn't see it, please hop on there. As we mentioned, SFO Sox Fan has generously donated some opening day boxes, so incredible prizes for trivia. Yeah. So is that like a monster and two blasters? What is the makeup of opening day boxes?
I think those are 3 different retail boxes, and I think the 2020s were just a little bit bigger. Oh no, wait, no, I'm sorry. That says 119 cards. I completely misread that. Yeah, I do not know. I
All
don't
right,
know.
SFO Sox Fan, if you're here, you may have. I know you were going to send some more details of these beautiful prizes to IG. I didn't see them if you did send, but let us know here what exactly they are. Yeah, but get into trivia. Do you want to start in like 5 minutes? Do you want to give a 5-minute shout out?
We could, yeah. Let's. Oh, it's already. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, 5 minutes is good. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, if you guys are watching that game, Will Smith was kind of a weird little infield hit, and then Max Muncy, aforementioned, striking out with the bases loaded to end the inning. Yeah, a Freddie Freeman MVP would be exciting, Jeff, but man, oh man, I just don't. I don't know. I don't see it.
I don't see it, but it would be fun. It's been a little while since we've seen an MVP season just come out of the woodwork. That would be fun to see something like
Yeah,
that.
Goldschmidt won one in his 30s. So, I mean, it's possible, but with the talent of the National League between, like they said, Ohtani, Acuna, Soto, a couple guys on the Padres, it just feels really unlikely, but it's opening day, Jeff. Anything is
Hey, hope springs eternal, as I said on my IG story.
Right.
Curator, this is 1st through 3rd this week, all going out opening day. Thank you, SFO Sox fans. So do we do it? Winner gets their choice if they want one of the 2019s or the 2020.
Sure.
We'll just do
we'll
a pick.
just go in order. Yeah, we'll do a little draft.
Yep, do a draft.
Yeah, 2020. You're looking for
77 cards in the 2019s. There you go, and a chance at some of those sweet SSPs. Again, opening day is a set that's no longer made and highly sought after. We've tried to find these, Chris, at shows that we've been to. And it's always fun when we manage to get our hands on a blaster. Yeah, we
only found like 2 blasters of 2019 in the last year and a half or 2 years at a show. Text right. PC cards. Yeah, I thought Harper would be primed. Like his GM called him out. He was using it as motivation.
Yep.
He stepped up in the WBC championship game. He's got some momentum going. The Phillies team is going to be good.
It could be a great team. Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see with Schwarber today with the big swing.
All right. Do you were there any other pickups you wanted to show before we do trivia, Chris? So that we could do some predictions afterwards.
Yeah, we'll do it. So let's go through our predictions. If you guys remember last year, I don't think Jeff and I got anything right. I don't think we got anything even.
We got a couple things right. I picked the Brewers to win the division despite odds against them, and they did. They had their best season in history. So we got a couple things right. I was not right with the Orioles making the playoffs, nor was I right with the Royals winning the Central, but we'll see when we make our predictions if I'm going to run either of those back.
Yeah, we were both high on the Royals last year. Maybe we were just a year off. Maybe we were just a year away.
I think we were a year off. They're pretty confident now.
They do look good. I do expect Caglione to have a breakout, a huge improvement over last year.
And that's going to just help the Bobby Witt MVP truthers, which he is the betting favorite.
Yeah, I mean if you were thinking, if you want to say Judge can't win another one, and that's who's the next most likely, Witt is by far the most consent. I put out an Instagram post with Judge, Jordan, and Julio, and I said it's the MVP, and I think 20 people wrote me back and were like, "No, it's Bobby Witt. Why don't you have his card?" I'm like,
let me get some real-time feedback, Chris, because on the Blabbin, I put up a poll on that one.
Okay, what do we got?
Hold on, I'm pulling it up. Let me see. Okay, as of now, 12% went with J-Rod. 32% went with Aaron Judge. Jordan got one lonely vote, 1%, and Bobby Witt, 55% of the vote. I got a few write-ins as well, people about Big Dumper and stuff, but yeah, Bobby Witt he's the favorite early
Jeff,
favorite.
if my mom knew how to use Instagram, I would have thought maybe she was the one vote for Jordan, but she definitely does not. So I know it wasn't her. So
She probably voted for Michael Harris in the NL.
well,
I
oh, for
remember that.
sure, for sure. Yeah, Tribe Wax Collector wants to remind us that they did move the fences in
Yes.
Kansas City, a notorious pitchers park. So maybe maybe it gets a little bit easier. A couple.
Roman Anthony's not getting a lot of MVP buzz, although maybe that should be amended 7. We'll have to do another poll in a month and see.
All right, give me a second. Let's throw this up here. We're going.
Yep, Vladdy gets a couple names. I love Vladdy. If he's postseason Vladdy, he has a great chance at the MVP.
That Blue Jay team is good. It's just a deep, well-rounded team. Yeah, they're well coached, well run. Yeah, I'm
hard
excited.
to argue ATL Jeff Black that the big number falls off this year is going to be it's going to take a lot to get even close to what he did last year.
But yeah,
Thick boy's taking all Roman Anthony future bets. Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't think Shelly the Turtle likes the Michael Harris reference, Jeff, but that's okay.
Well, the reference was just that I believe Chris's mom really liked the close-up heritage card of him because he looked
really
very
liked that
handsome in
heritage card.
picture. So no, there was no slander going on, Shelly. Only slander coming from me after drafting him as a keeper on my fantasy team last year.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. All right, we got a pretty good crowd in trivia, Jeff. We got 70 some odd people ready to rock and roll here.
Let's do it.
Yeah, there's a couple tough ones in here, but I think we're going to see some high scores. I got faith in you guys.
Dodgers.
I think the high score is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 763 points, Jeff. That's my prediction.
That is a really ambitious score.
That's right. That's right. All right, here we go.
Appreciate that, Shelly.
All right. Let me make sure I'm doing this properly.
You just made a deal. All right. Well, you have to fill us in on the details after trivia. Hope it was a good deal. Did you trade some of your wax, Chris?
Oh, I doubt it. He's hanging on tight to that stuff. All right, Jeff, here we go.
Send it my way. All right, here we go.
Is your voice ready?
All
right.
Hey, Tip of the Mitt, welcome just in time.
All right, Jay, just in time for trivia, Tip of the Mitt. Hop in there.
He's just got to start hitting at home. All right, here we go, guys. This Aaron Judge SSP is from what 2017 Topps set? Series 1, opening day, Topps Archives and Topps Chrome. If any of you are on IG, you may have seen this post today. It was today, right? That it was on?
Yes, it was floating around today. Yeah, but I mean, what is today, right?
Yeah. 68% of you went with opening day. Correct. Newbie 87. Newbie's Cards and Shelly with the quick trigger finger. Clean Cards 5 right behind him with 86. Who is MLB's active home run leader? Is it Mike Trout, Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, or Manny Machado? 4 sluggers there. I wonder who ends up with the most home runs out of that.
That's a great question too, Jeff. If we could place future bets on that.
Yes. 79% of you went with Giancarlo Stanton, who can't even get around the bases, but he is the active home run leader.
Yeah, you sure
Good job. Clean Cards 5 and Shelly Newbie's Cards just keep banging down the door. Who is the only pitcher to throw a no-hitter on opening day? Was it Bob Feller, Sandy Koufax, Rube Waddle, or Juan Marichal? Chris, the only reason I know this answer is because they talked about it many times during the Brewers broadcast. Because the Miz gave up a home run on the first at bat and then proceeded to strike out a lot of players. Ooh, look at pretty divisive. Great question. Yeah. Bob Feller, the man who may have signed the most autographs in baseball history, is the correct answer. Newbie's Cards, Cardboard Showcase. Hey, welcome, Mike. Michigan Cards and Graphs. What player called for the first official ABS challenge in Major League Baseball history on Netflix? Aaron Judge, Willie Adames, Jose Caballero, or Matt Chapman? Was it successful, Chris?
I believe the call was upheld.
Okay. All right. What player? 55% of you said Jose Caballero, and you are correct. Shelly says you can get around the bases, just can't open a bag of chips. Yeah, any of us with elbow problems know how bad that could be. In 2025, what country hosted Major League Baseball's opening day? Korea, Japan, Canada, or China?
Worth noting, Jeff and I both got this wrong. We both thought it was something, and then I looked it up, and I was like, "Oh wow, we were wrong."
Immediately after I pressed the answer, I knew I was wrong.
Oh, well.
82% of you were not wrong, knowing that Otani went home to the Tokyo Dome.
Yep.
Kicked some butt.
We both thought it was Korea last year in Tokyo.
Which was the year before. G1 Nuki, baseball card Brett, Riverbend cards. Whose 2022 opening day SSP is this? Look at that form. Ozzy Albies, Freddie Freeman, Austin Riley, or Dansby Swanson. You sure it's not Trey Turner with that sweet sliding form?
I got to apologize for my. It doesn't look good the way I have to blur out these things, Jeff. It just looks crappy, but it gets the job done.
47% of you went with Frederick Freeman, and you are correct. Yes, graceful as always. Baseball card Brett in the lead by 1 over Clean Cards 5. Shelly right behind, as well as Riverbend cards. Whose 2013 opening day SSP is this? Is that Matt Cain, Pablo Sandoval, Tim Lincecum, or Buster Posey? And if you don't know, by process of elimination, you should be able to get rid of at least 1 or 2 based on their body types of this.
That's right. There isn't a lot of this card left, I got to say, after the blackouts.
65% of you went with Buster Posey. I'm glad not too many people thought it was Pablo Sandoval because he's about twice that man. Clean cards 5 and Shelly, baseball card Brett right behind. Whose 2019 opening day dugout peaks is this? Ronald Acuna Jr., Ozzy Albies, Freddie Freeman, or Max Fried? I got this wrong,
on this. Yeah.
despite a very obvious hint on the card. A couple of hints, actually, but needless to say.
Wow, a lot of people thought it was Albies, Jeff.
Yes, all right, good. I'm in good company. Clean cards with a 1-point lead over Shelly. You guys might make Chris's prediction come true on these scores. Incredible. Who is in the background of this 2020 Otani opening day SSP? Is it Joe Madden, Mike Trout, Albert Pujols, or the artist formerly known as Ipe, or known by one name?
It's a very fun cameo on this card.
Yeah. Everybody's trying to get dual autos of this. It's going to be a little tough where he's
got a little more
located right now. 40% went with the translator for Shohei Otani, who is Ipe.
Correct.
Shelly in first place, Clean Cards 5, followed by Doc. What sitcom star played a starting pitcher with terrible mechanics in Angels in the Outfield? Was it Kirk Cameron, Ed O'Neill, Tony Danza, or Tim Allen? We've talked about this man's sliding or diving ability as well as arguing ability.
Yes,
quite
one of
often.
the most egregious slides in
Former boxer Tony Danza. 63% of you got it correct. Congratulations. Let's see what the winners are. Remember, top 3 places win SFO Sox fan. Third place, baseball card Brett. You win a box. 646. Excellent score. 667 for Shelly. You win an opening day box. And who wins their first choice of the opening day boxes? Clean Cards 5 with 733, which is pretty close to Chris's prediction.
I was 1 digit away, Jeff.
1 digit away. Yep.
Wow. Back to back.
Congratulations. So Clean Cards 5. Let us know which box you want first, followed by Shelly and a baseball card Brett. And make sure you get us your mailing addresses. SFO Sox fan has graciously said that he will mail them out himself to you. So
yeah, Clean Cards, you're gonna have a fun mail week coming up. That's 2 wins in a row. I didn't get your I did not get the Acuna out yet because I thought, hey, maybe you go 2 for 2, but I didn't realize I wouldn't be sending the cards. So
Nobi finished in or royally cheesed, finished in 4th place by 1 point. Ooh, that's a tough one.
Ooh, that is a bitter pill right there, Jeff.
Yes. Curator, congratulations on your top 10. Congrats, Clean Cards.
All right. So yeah, so Tanner, let us know. Do you want the 2020 called mega or like is that what it's called? A mega or the 2019 retail box? I'm not sure. Jumbo box?
Tex, thanks for joining us. That's an early wake-up call. I'm sure Chris will be awake then. Definitely send us a message when you get up. Thanks for joining. And also thanks for using our code up here to buy your card earlier. Much appreciated. Tanner says 2020 box.
All right. Well, then the other 2 guys get the 19s. Easy enough.
Yep. Thank you, Retro.
All right.
Appreciate it. Yes, so make sure you get us a current mailing address so that we can get it to SFO Sox fan.
Yeah, I think I have the addresses for clean cards and Shelly. Baseball card Brett, you just gotta let us know your address.
You should. Yeah, I know you've sent it before, but just send it
Yeah.
again, please. Kirk Cameron, Doc, you went with Kirk Cameron for the Angels in the outfield.
I mean, it is, to be fair, that's the type of movie Kirk Cameron probably would want to be in, Jeff.
Oh, he'd want to be for sure.
And now I want to find video of Kirk Cameron throwing a ball to see if it's any better than what. Or Tony Danza. I mean, I felt like watching that movie makes my elbow and shoulder hurt more than they already do.
Staley, completely understandable. Thank you for even giving us half your attention. That's much appreciated.
Yep. I want to know, did you beat your fiance this time at the trivia? At trivia. Sorry, did you outscore your fiance at trivia? That sounds better.
Yeah, Marcel Ozuna.
Yeah. How's that game going, by the way? The Mariners Indians game. What is the give us a score update, because we're watching the Dodger game, or I'm watching the Dodger game. I can't watch both right now. All right, Jeff. Are you ready to make some ill-fated predictions here? I know last year Matt Olson did not win the MVP.
He didn't? I know it was close. Although he had a good year. It got much better. Oh,
wow. Cubs fan 4. It's like you're reading my mind here, buddy. There's a lot. You and I have a lot of picks in common, which does not bode well for any of those people.
All right, so let me get to my predictions. All right, yeah, let's make some predictions sure to go wrong.
All right. Let's move out of this, because I got some IG stuff I want to share, and then I have 2 eBay listings that I'm going to describe as just really bad eBay listings that I find funny.
As a Will Sox fan, yeah, we gotta hope that Wu stays healthy and gets a full season. And if he does, I like his chances, but I'm thinking he's probably gonna get another 25 start.
Yeah. So why don't we start right there? Since people are talking about Brian Wu, it was and is my current prediction for the American League Cy Young Award.
You think he's gonna play enough? You think he's gonna get a full season in? You think he's gonna get enough starts?
As we go along, you're going to see. I'm thinking there's a lot of good things going to happen in Seattle this year.
Oh, sorry to hear this, Shelly. I agree. A lot of good things are going to happen. I don't see any way that Scooble doesn't win it, but I tried not to pick the
repeat winners, Jeff.
What?
No repeat winners. Remember.
Okay. No repeat winners. So I'm going to go with Garrett Crochet. Okay. I think he's going to finally put it all. Well, he put it all together last year, but really, I think the team's going to take the next step. He's going to get a little more notoriety from a successful Red Sox team, and I think Crochet is going to win it this year.
The only reason he didn't win it last year was just because Scooble happened to be a little bit better. If Scooble had like one blow up, Crochet would have won the Cy Young.
Yeah. Okay, so those are great choices. What do you got for an AL MVP?
My AL MVP, like I said, I think a lot of good stuff happening in Seattle. I went with J-Rod. I got Julio Rodriguez winning the AL MVP.
Yeah.
So you guys might want to sell all your J-Rod cards right now.
Especially when you hear that I'm going to double up, because I think J-Rod is going to win it as well. I know the smart money is on Bobby Witt, followed by Judge for most people, betting wise, but I think J-Rod's going to do it. I think he's going to finally put together a full season, and I think Seattle's going to be head and shoulders above the rest of the American League. I think that's going to get him a lot of play. So I do like Chris's Cy Young pick there, and I'm going to join him with my MVP pick.
Their pitching rotation is so deep. They've got a great closer. They've got a good bullpen. Yeah, I think this is the year that Julio.
Curator says they won't even win the division.
I'm a big believer in Corey Seager this year too. I have to say. But I just think Seattle's got the better team.
I just don't see him. We talked about Seager quite extensively on Spitball, and while we agree that he's a per game monster, he's had the 2 seasons that would be 10 WAR seasons if he played enough games. He just hasn't played enough games.
Yeah, we both really like him. And Chop Shop 10, I love Austin Riley, and I love this Austin Riley card that you're mentioning. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't had a full season now, 2 years in a row. Longer hair this year. Maybe that's a good sign.
Shelly, I know this is your first night here, and typically it's not great if we endorse the players. So hopefully we'll all look good at the end, but we'll find out. Should we continue in the American League or what do you want to do?
Let's just what else we got? I mean, sure. Yeah, we got rookie of the year. I mean, I wrote this down before today, but McGonagall just seemed like he was probably going to run away with this.
I usually love position players. I'm going McGonagall and Weatherholt in the NL.
Yeah.
But,
Yep.
All right, but let's talk playoff teams because this is where it could get a little interesting. I know I teased it earlier that I went with the Orioles last year. I thought their pitching would be at least mediocre and their batting order would hold it up, and neither of them held true. So, spoiler, I'm not going to pick the Orioles again this year.
I see Brandon Donovan homered for Seattle. I like him a lot as a late round flyer in a lot of fantasy leagues. He gets on base, and that's all. He may not run a ton.
Great idea.
But he gets on base. He's going to score runs. And tonight he's facing Tanner Bybee, who I'm sure is still reeling from the curse of me last year. So,
well, as long as you're not picking him this year, he might dominate.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. All right, so Jeff, here are my 6 American League playoff teams, and I have listed them in no particular order because I feel like it's better that way. The Mariners, the Blue Jays, the Tigers, the Red Sox, the Yankees, and Curator Cardboard. I gotcha. I got the Rangers as my 6th American League playoff team.
Do you think that they're going to win that division?
No, but I believe they're going to make the playoffs.
Okay, so in order not to be redundant, well, quickly, who, if you had to on the spot, who's going to win the East? Because that was what I had the hardest time thinking of who was going to.
I have the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays winning the East, Mariners winning the West, Tigers winning the Central. Red Sox, Yankees, Rangers are my wild card teams. My ALCS, I think it's a repeat. I think it's Mariners, Blue Jays again.
Love it. So I've got Yankees in the East, Tigers in the Central, Seattle in the West, and my wild cards are the Blue Jays, Red Sox, and I'm going to roll again with the Royals.
Okay.
I think another team might come out of that Central that gets dogged on so much. The Royals seem to have some confidence now. Maybe Reagans has a good year. Caglione, I think, is going to prep for a bounce back. Vinny Pasquantino had a huge WBC. I think he's ready. And I think, as we talked about, Witt is kind of a front runner, a face of baseball. I just think that they get it done and find a way to get in the playoffs. I originally had the Rangers, and then I just changed my mind, went with the Royals. So I guess that's our only difference.
I think so. Yeah. I can't do it like the Charles.
Royals. I thought about going with the Orioles again, but I just don't know who they would get in over. Yeah. I don't know who they would get in over. Could I see 3 teams from the AL East? It's possible, and just one from the other 2, but I don't. I feel like another team's going to sneak in there. They're just going to beat up on each other, and somebody in the East besides the Rays is going to have to take a lot of losses.
Yeah, and I unfortunately, the Orioles should be better, but I just don't. I just don't think there's enough. Like the Red Sox, Yankees, and Blue Jays are pretty. I mean, barring injury, though, those 3 teams should all be very, very good. With money,
early prediction for Chris Sale.
I love the positivity.
I agree with this. Just not enough pitching there. I think the hitting could definitely take that next step forward. I think Teapot was right. Gunner's going to have a nice bounce back, but yeah.
I also wrote like breakouts. I got a breakout in each league.
Oh,
and I do for Royals fans. I do have Caglione as my American League breakout. He looks like a different player in the WBC than he was last year. So,
yeah, I think in fantasy they call that a post-hype sleeper, right? He's just he was huge coming up. Everybody was racing the waiver wire to get him, and he just had a really rough time with it. But he looks like he's got his confidence back. I like that pick. It's great.
Yeah, I don't think there won't be as much pressure on him this year. I like him a lot. And I also
Electric Charles throwing an NL breakout in. Nico Horner. I like that. I like that choice. Yeah. Great defense. Defense wins.
Jeff not accidentally auto drafted him in a fantasy league and now forced to.
Yeah, I took him pretty high while I was watching my son's Little League game.
I just want to show this card, and part of the I shit you guys not. Part of the reason I am predicting a Caglione breakout is because I'm hoping there's a Caglione breakout because this card is so cool. I want this card to matter. I want an image like this on a card to mean something. And for that to happen, he's got to become a really good baseball player.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping he does, because like a card like this deserves recognition. It deserves like, I don't know, Jeff. It should. I don't want him to fade away to nothing and have people forget that this card exists. Like, just look how cool it is.
Love the sky. Love the color of the sky. Very cool.
Yeah. So anyway, it's a stupid way to root for a player. It's kind of doing it in reverse. Like, I like the cards. I gotta like the player. Should be the other way, but we'll see. Another guy I really like in the American League, and again, I give you guys these names. You know what to do with them at this point. I like Luke Keeschel a lot on the Minnesota Twins.
Yeah.
Jeff knows I worked hard to get him in both leagues I'm in with Jeff. I like him a lot. I don't expect the Twins to do very much this year other than auction off Joe Ryan to the highest bidder, which hopefully be the Braves. But I think Keeshel's going to be a really exciting fantasy player and give people in Minnesota something to root for.
I hope so, because it's been a while since we've seen somebody in Minnesota stay healthy enough to be hobby and fantasy relevant.
Yes. Yeah. All right. I'm going to stop sharing this. And there we go.
All right. Let's get to the National League. What do you think about the National League?
What do you want to do first?
Let's do some teams first.
Okay. All right. I feel like in the league, like we're basically, you might disagree with this as a fan of the Brewers, but I feel like the Dodgers, Cubs, Mets, and Phillies, you pretty much can pencil in for October, barring catastrophe. Those 4 teams almost certainly in. A month ago, I would have said the Braves are right there with them, but post Schwellenbach, Joe Jimenez, Ha-Sung Kim, now Spencer Strider, Jordan or Hurston Waldrop, and I'm sure, and Profar, and while I was talking, I'm sure someone else has gone down. I just don't know. They're not a lock. Instead of hoping for a good season from Acuna, they need a huge season from Acuna. But of course, I'm going to put them in there as the 5th team. And the 6th team, Jeff, I mean, it could be the Padres. It could be the Giants. It could be a Central team with some bad teams that the Pirates could sneak.
Central had 3 teams in last year.
Yeah. I really like the Cincinnati Reds. I want to root for them. The Hunter Green injury is potentially devastating for them. And of course, Lodolo is on the IL too. So I'm just going to fall back and say I think the Padres end up with the 6th playoff spot.
I almost picked the Padres. A couple things. Usually, I tend to take the baseball research sites a little bit more seriously than just looking at predictions or even Vegas odds. But I really started to question that this year because I don't Andre Dawson, 87 Cubs, last place MVP.
Acuna with the Angels or Ohtani with the Angels.
Before this season, the Pirates had a better chance to make the playoffs than the Brewers.
That's right.
It was the Fangraphs gave the Pirates a 48% chance of making the playoffs and the Brewers a 38% chance of making the playoffs, which I could not possibly rationalize. Although I did look today and the Brewers have passed them. Now, after one single game, the Brewers are at 44% and the Pirates are down to 43%. So maybe they saw something in Skeens. But I also have to say, before the season, the Braves, Fangraphs had at 79% to make the playoffs. So they agree with you, despite all of the injuries.
Well, wait, when was that 79%? It was a couple days ago, or was it like
today.
3 weeks ago? Today. Oh, wow. Okay.
Even as of today. They definitely overachieved for sure. But I picked them to win the division, and they did it. They did it. They
did it by a lot. And they beat up on the Dodgers in the regular season too, Jeff.
Every game.
They just ran into
wins, most wins in franchise history. Yeah, we all know everything goes to hell in the playoffs, but I don't see the Pirates, especially after seeing how O'Neal Cruz plays. But all right, so I'm going with the Brewers to win the Central. The Cubs are heavy favorites. They spent a load of money, but I'm going with the Brewers. In the East, I am going with the Mets to win it. The West, I'm going with the Dodgers, who I believe last I looked, they had a 99% chance of making the playoffs. great pitching. Yeah, we'll see if they can field enough, which is in question after today, and hit enough. And with my wild cards, I'm going with the Phillies, the Cubs, and the Padres. I don't know if the Braves have enough to get there this year. And I don't know if the Padres do either. I think the Padres are picked to finish 4th in their division behind both the Diamondbacks and the Giants. But I just like rooting for the Padres. They're exciting. They've got a good back end of the bullpen. Whether they have enough starting pitching, I don't know. But yeah, predictions sure to go wrong. That's my predictions.
All right. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I totally get it. I mean, if you look at what the Braves have right now, and you find yourself saying, look, listen, as long as Chris Sale stays healthy, that's not a good way to start. That's not a good way to start any
stays healthy. As long as Chris Sale and Ronald Acuna Jr. stay healthy the whole season.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and it's just I'm nervous. I'm nervous all the time. Just a general state of anxiety that I don't love. And yet somehow I look forward to the season and I need it here. And then I'm just anxious about it.
My worry with the Braves, Chris, is that division seems really strong.
It is.
I just feel like they're going to beat up on each other and it's going to be tough for 3 teams to get out of there for the playoffs. And it could happen, of course. I mean, we saw 3 teams get out of the NL Central last year, which was the worst division in the National League. But I don't know. It's just going to be tough.
Yeah, the good news for NL East teams is that the Washington Nationals might lose 130 games. And if James Wood has forgotten how to hit, it might be 140 games. They have no pitching. And they have Wood and Abrams.
Well, they have Dalen Lyle, as was pointed out.
Lyle.
Yep.
But I mean, they literally they appeared to be in a rebuild, and now they're like they punted further.
Yes.
It's like they took a safety in their rebuild.
Yeah.
So I mean,
we're building even further. Yeah, you're right. There's gonna be a lot of divisional wins piled up against them, but.
Yes, this is a good point. Thank you, Tri-Wag. Yeah, Brady House has some potential, but I mean, there's just no one to pitch these games. And I don't think they're really making an effort to find someone to pitch these games. So
Chop Shop says he feels a down Philly year. Maybe. Phillies are getting older. Harper, we'll see what kind of season he has.
Wow, what a catch. Freeman just got robbed in left field.
No, there goes his MVP chances.
Yep. Yeah.
Dylan Cruz back in the minors. He'll come back up. It's tough.
Access, they're gonna. Yeah, I mean, it'd be pretty funny to see a team.
I mean, it's like they're the White Sox of last year, right?
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, Milos, Nicolas.
Yeah. Can anyone who is not a fan of the Nats tell me who is their opening day starting pitcher? I'll let you guys stew on that for a few minutes. Jeff, who's your NL MVP?
All right, for the 3rd year in a row, I'm going to pick Juan Soto. I think with the ABS, he's going to get his OBP is going to be up over 425 this year. He's still going to be hitting home runs. I do like that lineup. I think they retooled it. I still don't really know what went on with getting rid of Alonso. Seems like a bad move. He was a fan favorite, didn't cost all that much, consistent 40 home run guy. But I do like the moves that they made, and Soto is great. I feel like the Mets are going to have a big year, and he's going to be the best player on that team. So I'm going with Soto.
Yeah, I mean, that's a perfectly cromulent choice.
Thank you.
Yep. I'm going to go with the guy I should have picked last year. Like, honestly, I in my heart of hearts, Jeff, I believe Acuna is going to do this. I think he's going to give us another absolutely incredible season, but I'm not going to pick him. I'm not going to put his name out there and absorb the blame, when something goes wrong. So I'm saying that the MVP is coming out of the Padres. We're going to get the season from Fernando Tatis Jr. that it looked like we were getting last year.
Yeah.
He got drilled on the elbow with a pitch and just had no power for 3 months. I think he put something very magical together in San Diego, and it moves his hobby needle just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Get a little bit back into the good graces of the people who have hated him since the neck cream.
Yeah.
All right. While I'm thinking about that, Shelly's got a question here. Hands on hips is nice for a rookie card recommendation if you're looking for one. Cade Cavalli was the starter, opening day starter, huh?
Yep.
Well, he's kind of got that. What is the name of the Wachowski brothers movies where the guy has the mask that looks like that?
Oh yeah, V for Vendetta.
V for Vendetta. Thank you. He's got a
Yes.
very V for Vendetta with those very manicured eyebrows and mustache.
Either that or he's trying to kill Sonic the Hedgehog. It's one of
That's
those.
true. He needs a little bit lengthier mustache to have that.
Soto's got some great cards. I don't know what your budget is, but if you could find the 2020 Stadium Club Chrome shuffle card, if you can find an auto of that, that's probably his best non-rookie card.
Yeah, it's not a rookie, but it's going to hold a lot of value. He doesn't have a lot of rookies, as we've talked about, especially rookie autos. So it's going to be tough to find on-card autos.
Dr. Roboto, that's his name.
Yeah.
Remember, the 5th of November.
Very good, Ron Fig. Thank you.
Yes. I did see the Will Smith home run. Good for him. Dodgers starting to pile on some runs. Freeman just missed his, so Will Smith we'll get it done.
Yeah. I am too, Collector Charles. And now you're starting pitcher, Guy Fox.
I mean, pretty intimidating out there, I gotta say.
All right, so who do you got coming out of the National League, Chris?
We did this already, right? I said our only difference was I said Braves and you said
No, but I mean, like going to the World Series, emerging
Oh.
from the National League.
oh, I mean, it would be stupid to predict. I'm gonna go with my gut.
The Brewers.
Yeah, I mean, I think sensibly you would predict a Dodgers Mets NLCS, but I'm gonna say that I'm gonna go Dodgers Mets in the NLCS with the Dodgers winning and taking on Seattle in the World Series.
Yeah, I just feel like Seattle and the Dodgers are on a collision course. I would love to see that Seattle rotation match up against that Dodgers lineup.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, D3. That was one of my big pickups from this year. That's a tough card to find.
That one's cool. There's also a 2020 top flagship SP of Soto
Correct.
in the Expos jersey. That one's easier to find, a little cheaper.
Much easier.
Yeah, he's got a lot of cards. Yeah, depending on what your budget is, I mean, you got to give us a figure. Like his Bowman's Best rookies are probably fairly affordable, and they look nice, and the autos are on card, and I think you can still get them. You can get like a base Bowman's Best on card auto of Soto for under $1,000, especially if it's raw.
All right, Chris, here's a good question from 7.
Yep.
Let's say a base 2020 Stadium Club Chrome Ohtani is on the line. Would you pick the Dodgers or the field to win the NL?
The Dodgers.
You get everybody else or the Dodgers. With an Ohtani on the line, you're still taking the Dodgers.
Yeah.
You've got all
I know
those
it's
other
stupid.
teams.
It's a stupid bet, but if they're even 80% healthy going into October, I mean, they had one. I mean, it's amazing, right? They won it in 2024, Jeff, with no starting pitching.
Correct.
Then they won it in 2025 with no bullpen.
Yep.
So they're going into 2026.
And now they've got Edwin Diaz.
Yeah. I mean, they got Edwin Diaz. They've got Tanner Scott coming back. I don't know. I mean, he can't be as bad as he was last year.
He can't be. And Blake Snell is probably going to throw like 20 games during the season. So he'll be primed and ready. They're going to have a lot of fresh guys. You might see Ohtani.
And if they have any holes, they'll just trade. They'll plug them up.
Well, and they better buy it because that lockout's coming. I know we've tried not to talk about it. That lockout's coming and something's going to happen. Something big is going to change. So they might as well go for it, right?
Yeah, they know this is the last year that they're going to be able to do what they're doing. Or they can think that. And then if I'm them, yeah, come July, if Muncie's hurt and he stinks, or what other hole could they even possibly have? They need a reliever. Like they're just going to go get someone. They'll figure it out. They got used to trade. Did he?
He looked pretty amazing for a human, and he was not even pitching. So,
I mean, physically, he does appear to be a human being, if that's what you're saying. But I mean, his numbers.
Although, unlike everybody else, Chris, do you see everybody else was shrinking? Gavin Lux shrunk 3 inches since they did that measuring, and Ohtani actually grew from 6'3" to 6'4".
That is a very, very funny thing.
Yes.
I think it was. I don't know if it was John Boy. Someone on Instagram had gone through, made a nice reel of all the players whose heights dramatically changed. I thought that was pretty funny.
And was he the only one that went up? because everybody else, all the Americans, exaggerate about their height.
I like Bregman lost like 4 inches, I think. Tribe Wax Collector. I love this card. I posted it a couple weeks ago. It's one of my favorite Acuna cards ever. Not a lot of cards with Acuna and Freddie on them.
This could absolutely be true, Curator. And we've talked about this before. Baseball, unlike the other sports,
Possible.
to get the better team, actually mathematically, they need to play something like a best of 27 game series, which they don't do. They play best of 7 or even shorter. So yeah, you're right. Anything can happen in those short series. You get a pitcher off of his rest. You get a lineup that's hot. Anything can happen. So you're absolutely right. I want the Brewers to get there, of course, but the way these two teams are built and stacked up, I would love to see that matchup in the
it would. Yeah, it would. I mean, just like we saw with the Dodgers and Phillies last year. I mean, they were if Teoscar Hernandez doesn't hit that home run off Matt Strahm, the Phillies might have advanced. Like little series like that, all it takes is one.
And the World Series. Look how close the Blue Jays were to winning the World Series.
Right. That's right.
SoCal Rage, yeah, they took exact measurements of all the players so they'd have a definitive strike zone for ABS. And yes, a lot of players just before this, they were just going off what the players said that how tall they were and how much they weighed, kind of like the presidency happens now. It's just like you just say whatever it is, and that's what they take. But now they actually had to do the measurements.
Yep.
6'1" becomes 5'10" quite often. And like I said, Ohtani was the only person to get taller.
Yeah. Oh, Collector Charles, we each have the Phillies in the playoffs. They did lose Ranger Suarez, but they're still a really, really good team. Yeah, we both had them in there.
Yeah, we both have them in the playoffs. Absolutely. I just think that they are getting a little older. Their best players, to me, seem a little bit older. The lack of a Zach Wheeler at his peak for an entire season.
We don't know what we're going to get out of Zach Wheeler.
Yeah. So no, I think the Phillies are going to be there in the playoffs, but I just don't think that they're the same team they could have been.
Yeah. What do we got here?
They have, Shelly. Yeah, the Dodgers have choked as a lot of teams have, and you just never know what's going to happen in those short series. Anything can.
No. Yeah, it's just 5-game series. As a Braves fan, I can tell you that anything can happen. One error, well, I was going to say one infield fly call, but that was a 1-game playoff. That was
and we were on the air when the Brewers managed to lose to the Mets. That short 3-game series. When you win a division and still have a 3-game series, it's just not.
Yeah, right. It is what it is.
I didn't see this chop shop. The rule that the day the team had to get measured, they had to measure between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. because you shrink as the day goes on. I didn't know that, but I have heard that you are tallest in the morning because your vertebrae stretch out as you lay down overnight, and then as you stand up and the weight compresses, you do get shorter. But I did not hear that they actually employed that 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. rule. That's funny.
I didn't hear that either. That is hilarious. Shelly here. No, I did not, but that sounds like
I sent this to the chat. So Chris is pretending he doesn't know, but I did send it to the chat because I'm sure that this was Chris and Phil that were most interested.
Did you send us something about Byron Buxton, one of the Twins announcers, asking if the guy had ever seen Buxton with his pants down?
Oh yeah, I sent that one as well. But this oiled up and flexing John Kruk, I believe the tweet said he was in midseason form.
Yeah. Okay.
7 Costanza. Harper is a man that has had monster seasons and then a lot of less than monster seasons along the way.
Yeah, yep. He is. His counting numbers are not what you think they are. Like we talk about this. He's had some huge moments. We remember these moments. The MVP
huge
when
moments
he was
and a couple huge seasons. Like I think he was 22 when he had his first MVP season. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and then he had another one because Acuna got hurt. Yeah. So. Yeah. Yeah, he's 2 MVPs, NLCS MVP. He's had a really great career, but yeah, I don't think he's had 90 RBIs since 2019, something like that. Like it's a crazy.
He's missed a lot of games, and I feel like his general manager was that Dombrowski that called him out and said he wasn't elite anymore, or a question if he was elite anymore. I think that's a reasonable question.
I totally agree. Looks like looks like the Wisconsin card collector here. Yeah, I am very high on Carter Jensen as well. I like him. One of the reasons I think the Royals have a chance, probably on the player Jeff was thinking of when he predicted them to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean him and Salvi should both get in the lineup, right?
Yep.
Because they're gonna take turns at DH. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have a 4-time MVP clogging up their DH spot
Yes.
every day.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, NL Cy Young, Jeff.
Oh, no repeat winners, right?
No repeat winners.
Despite his debacle today, aided by O'Neal Cruz, I think Skeens is going to win it out, despite what who was that suggested Sale is in line. So non-repeat. I'm not going to go with Chris Sale. I'm going to go with the hero of the postseason in 2025, Yamamoto. I feel like the Dodgers take such liberties with their pitching because they can. I don't know if he's going to get 35 starts, but I think he will get 35 starts. At least I'm hoping he will, and I think he's going to be the best pitcher on the best team in the league. So I'm going with Yamamoto.
Yeah, I mean, he could. If there's a pitcher out there that you would take the bet on them winning 20 games this year, it's probably Yamamoto.
Yeah, wins are still a thing. They're not everything, as we've seen from Skeens. And like I said, I think despite Skeens today, he's probably going to win. But if somebody's going to take it away, those wins can help.
Yeah, it's still something voters do look at, and it's flashy. I mean, we don't see 20-game winners very often anymore. I'm going with the same gentleman that M. Newbert says. I'm saying Christopher Sanchez of the Phillies. I mean, his WAR last year was absurd. He just eats innings. He's a tall, lanky lefty. He throws hard as hell. His changeup disappears. His bullpen's good. His offense is good enough. He's really, really good. I like this guy a lot. I hate that he's in the same division as the Braves, but
I was a fantasy owner of him when he first came up, and he was just so wild and inconsistent. I never thought he'd be able to put it together, but he proved that last year that he could. So that's
the only thing holding me back, Jeff, is the fact that I believe in him.
Yeah, that could be. 7, yes, I worry about all smaller pitchers, builds, but look at Tim Lincecum. For the long term, yes, I worry about it. But you put a few years together, those guys, even that have small builds, they can just throw the lights out. He could still do it for this year.
Yeah, Cade Horton, Miz, those are some young arms.
Love to see the Central represented. Would love to see it. And if Hunter Green had been healthy, he might have been a pick here. He's starting to put it together.
He was so good last year, you know.
He finally seemed to be back, completely healthy and confident.
Yeah, I've had it, Jeff. I'm sure everyone who's a fan of a team where this happens, they get as frustrated as I do. But guys show up to spring training, and it's like day one, oh, there's loose bodies in the elbow. Like, well, when did this happen? Why are we getting surgery March 1st? Like, what on earth? Like, you're telling me we didn't know?
They had to travel, Chris. They had to travel. They had to spend time with the family from November through February, and then they get the loose bodies. Yeah.
Hunter Green, Waldrop, Schwellenbach. Like, come on. Like, these guys had to know something was wrong all winter.
Going back to the beginning of this very episode with Jackson Churio's hairline fracture. Yeah. And it's frustrating.
Yeah. And Joe Jimenez, who's like should be one of the Braves' best relievers. All we know, all that's been said, he missed all of last year. He tore his knee at the beginning of the offseason after 2024. And he tore his knee during workouts. So he was unlikely to pitch until the end of 2025. Never pitched. And then all Anthopoulos said was that the first day of opening day, he's on the 60-day IL again. And they said it's his knee. That's it. That's all we know. Like, what happened? Did like a crocodile eat his leg? Like, tell us what's going on.
It might have. Chop Shop here referring to Yamamoto, and I agree. He's very focused on training and flexibility, and he gets the most out of what he's got. So, yes, I agree at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Justin Steele last year. Remember that, Chris? Was fine. Just dominating. And then elbow, just like Schwellenbach. Yeah.
Yeah, like Or like Strider in going into 2024. Remember, he gave up like 3 hits in spring training with his new curveball.
I paid $51 for him in my auction league. Yeah.
He made 1 start. Clearly something was wrong. And then he
But
made
he did okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the second start, he's like, oh, he's never going to be good again.
No, that's it.
What
Good
happened?
start. Royally cheese, yes. You could take the long bathroom break at home, but why not just take it on the company's dime? Yep.
Yeah, curator, absolutely. We do physicals the day 1 of spring training. Why don't we do them at the end of the season too? You know? And yeah,
Probably
Shelly,
because
I need a
everybody's hurt. Well, then come back in 3 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and then like geez. Yeah, and then someone's mentioning poor Soroka who tore his AC or not his Achilles. That was really hard to watch. You could literally see his Achilles pop like through his sock.
Yeah.
And then he got surgery, and then walking into the clubhouse, he did it again. I mean, it's just absolutely brutal. Yeah, I'm right there with you. All my IL spots are filled up on
D74. This sounds like a very reasonable thing for a major leaguer as well. Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of injuries that we hear about that just happen sometime on the field that probably happen more like D74's injury.
Yeah, Collector Charles asking who makes a bigger impact, Tucker or Bregman. I mean, I don't know what kind of impact, like how would we define an impact for Kyle Tucker? Like he just joined the best team in baseball.
You're joining a juggernaut.
Don't screw it up, you know?
Well, he's no Michael Conforto.
But yeah, I think Bregman's going to have a big boost for Chicago. I'm sorry, Jeff.
I agree. I think he's got more to carry, and he's got, I don't know, he's kind of got to show what he can do, right? He wasn't fully healthy last year. He signed that ridiculous contract, basically got Devers out of town. Boston has nothing to show for it. What can he do? He got a big contract in Chicago now. I feel like he's got to put up this year.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's in a good spot. Like that team is going to be good. Also, I just want to mention here, hold on. Crazy Cryptid says, so in your fantasy league, you had time to IL Churio and Weatherholt was available. What is like a 6-team league with no benches or middle infield spots?
This is like Teapot's league where he's got like the 6 best starting pitchers in the league.
Yeah, like what on earth?
One
of the leagues in with Jeff. I think I took Weatherholt with the 104th pick. And the dude picking 107 almost killed me.
Yeah, Weatherholt was gone. But yes, Crazy Cryptid's a great pickup. Great pickup.
Yeah, that's awesome. You may as well just drop Churio, actually. It's okay.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Worse, maybe. Oh, man. That's kind of...
It's hard.
It's a contest you don't want to be involved in right there.
It honestly, what it may come to, how we look at that trade down the road, may be like how well Ranger Suarez does. Because I think you got to assume some of the money that they were going to give to Devers, they gave to Ranger Suarez. I don't know. All right, Shelly says, what I gather online, Jimenez has a cleanup on the same knee that I just don't like. Who's doing these surgeries? It's frustrating. The number of people the Braves have signed and then just basically paid to not play baseball is very, very frustrating.
Yeah, what incentive is there to come back? You're getting paid anyway.
Yeah,
that's tough.
I mean, well, if they can get insurance back on that contract between him and Profar, they've got like $23 million to spend.
Yeah.
No point signing Giolito now, but I mean, go get whatever. Mortgage the farm system for Joe Ryan and see if they'll throw Buxton in there. But anyway, what do we got here? Okay.
He is the king of surgery. Yeah.
Yeah. We should. All right. Before we didn't even get to IG. All right, Jeff, you take your break.
All right.
I have 2 eBay listings I want to share with people. Yeah. All right. So there's a new. I wanted to sort of introduce something this week called like eBay silliness or like ridiculous eBay listings of the week. Just dumb shit that I see on eBay. And if you guys see something like this, please send it to one of us during the week so we can post it. Here's the first one. If you guys know I like Heritage Golds as much as anybody. And a Heritage Gold refractor, I like them out of 5, of course, popped up on eBay for sale. I know, I got to find it. And it's not a big name, but the owner thinks it is. So let me just throw this up here real quick. This is an Orlando Arcia 2023 Heritage Gold refractor out of 5. and it is listed for $489 US, which is just, I mean, that can't be real. Hold on. Well, should I even bother? Holiday weather hold. Ay. Ha! As Shelly says, to be fair, he was an all-star this year. And I post this card also as sort of a warning. One of our viewers, very good friend of the show, Ben Orr 14 Sports Cards. Ben likes to collect gold refractors of Braves players. And if you recall, he posted one of Gio Urshela. And I insisted we do a wellness check on Ben's mental state and how he was feeling. So when I saw this listed, my first thought was I had to mention it to Ben to make sure that he did not buy this card out of some sort of feeling of loyalty towards a Braves player. But yeah, this is at most. Would you guys, if you're a Braves fan out here, would you pay more than $10 for this Orlando Arcia card? Is there an Orlando Arcia card that could possibly be worth over $400, Jeff?
Hey, do I hear? I heard Brewers legend Orlando Arcia getting called out here.
I mean, it's not calling him out. It's a cool card. I'm calling the
Smile Heidi. Yeah, I'd gladly pay $40 for it. Is that the price, Chris?
No, you're off by a power of 10. I think you should sell.
I missed the price. Look at that.
Yes, I feel like we should send offers around like $20 and see if this guy accepts.
All right, everybody, go and throw an offer in.
Wow. As J Marble points out, it does say OBO, so there is some room to, this guy probably has some room, as they say in the PSA Pop 176. What I like to think, Jeff, in the scenarios that I like to imagine, I like to think this guy expressed this one at PSA because he really wanted to get it up quickly. Ooh, that sounds bad.
Why? Yeah. I guess really a lot of work on that Pop 1 and rare in all caps. Doing a lot of work in that listing.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Because you're trying to get the people that would search for Orlando Arcia, but they would search Orlando Arcia rare.
Yeah. I don't just want a base card of Orlando Arcia.
Nope. It's got to be rare. Okay. M. Plummerman doing some comp work here tells us that someone did spend $45. Jeff, your guess was pretty close for a 25 Heritage Gold. $45.
And this kind of makes me wonder. I think after the show, I'm going to go look on eBay, see if he has any Brewer cards, Brewer Heritage refractors out of 5. I might pay $40 for a Brewer refractor out of 5.
Out of 5. Yeah, if it's someone still on the team, I could totally see that. By the way, Stanley Gilmore, this made me laugh. Surprised it doesn't say investment card.
Man.
I saw this and I just chuckled to myself. Even as a Braves fan, I mean, come on,
Shelly, why don't you go find out? Be a good sport and find out.
Yeah, throw a $35 offer on there and see if it gets.
I was wondering if he was still in the game. Stressful Acorn, thank you. He didn't make the Twins, which is kind of like Kellenic not making the White Sox. Kind of might mean you're ready for a change of scenery.
Oh my God! But yeah, if you're not good enough to back up Carlos Correa, although to be fair, that's an important position on the team, Jeff.
And Royce Lewis, you got to be good to back up those guys.
You're gonna have to play about 85 games. So
yeah.
Auto declined at 20.
Oh man.
Marcia Mom 25. Oh my God, you're right. Thank you. Yeah, you're right. I forgot the Correa's back in Houston. You're right. And Brooks Lee is their shortstop. Good call. Seller name actually Arcia. What we got is we got Freeman up here with the bases loaded.
This is a good question. Question from Collector Charles. Do you collect your favorite player if they didn't start on your favorite team? For example, PCA was a Mets first Bowman prospect. I have no desire to collect that card. From experience of the guys that I do collect, like Mookie Betts, I like his Red Sox cards. Yelich, I do have some of his Bowman cards and even his rookie cup cards on the Marlins. So yes, but I can understand why some people would not like that. What do you say, Chris?
It doesn't really bother me. I'll collect the player on whatever his prospect team was. But that's not a big deal for me.
All right. Hey, you can get a 26 Cheerio Heritage Gold Record, but out of 50 for 50 plus shipping. Thank you, Wisco Card Collector.
7 Costanza. Jeff, I laughed at this when I saw this comment.
Yeah, that would be appreciated. We get 4 cents. We get a notice. You've
I don't know.
Gotten 4 cents from a Orlando Arcia Gold Heritage.
But like, I really like Matt Olson. I don't have very many Matt Olson cards. But I'm actually, if I were to buy one, I would want like one of his rookies or one of his Bowman firsts, and he's on the A's, so I would be looking for like a green, Oakland first
Green
card. But
color
it doesn't really bother me that he's on the A's there. I mean, if I could find like a Braves logo man dynasty or something, that would be really tempting. But yeah, those older A's cards, it's fine. It's not their fault.
Curator says he collects all Corey Seager. At Full Range was a Dodger Seager, and he is a Rangers fan. Yeah, so I know we've talked about this before and how it might hurt Juan Soto being on so many teams and how it helps certain players when they're on a team for their whole career. So there are those elements, but in general, I feel like if it's a player you really like, it doesn't affect it that much to have them on a different team.
Yeah, I mean, we just have to grit our teeth and bear it sometimes, we're rooting for the players.
Michigan Cards and Graphs, we're going to have you talk to eBay on our behalf because this is a great idea. Yeah, we should get all. This is probably the most people that have ever seen this card in the history of this card being on eBay. So yes, you're right. We should get more of the proceeds, Chris.
I also actually want to see something. If we look at this listing, you see where the heart is up here for likes?
Yeah.
If I click on this,
do you become one?
Trying to see, it's not even, I can't even add this to my watch list. What's going on? Hold on. Let me refresh.
it's a warning. M. Parsons put in a warning so that Chris can edit these to the watch list.
All right. By the way, I when I refreshed the screen, it went from 5 viewed to 10, and I am now the official only watcher of this card. I will let you guys know if this ever sells.
Stressful Acorn's going to go on and watch it as well.
Oh my God.
All right, Zach, with another point of view on here, I think it's sometimes cool seeing a different team earlier adds to the player history, such as Bryce Harper on the Nats.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, Adolis, that's a very cool Matt Olson card. Yeah, he's got kind of a fun. I like his rookie. He's got a cool Stadium Club Chrome auto with. Oh my God, I can't even think. On my brain, Jeff. Oh, Shelly, forgive me. What's the Braves player with the swords in the outfield? Heredia. Woo, almost. Geez, that's crazy. He's got a cool auto with those two guys on it. Yeah, invite the seller to be a guest on. I mean, imagine, Jeff, you're opening a pack of 2023 Topps Heritage, and you see that gold.
Oh, and you're like,
oh boy, like who could this be? And then you see Atlanta, and you're like, oh man, like this could be Acuna.
Yeah, it could be.
It could be Olsen. It could be all these all stars. And then as you scroll down, you're like, shortstop.
Emophobic and 7 Costanza say that you're going to be hit with a lot of offers since you're the watcher on this.
Yeah, that would actually that'd be really funny. Yeah, we'll let you guys know next week if there's any.
You're gonna get an email. This is act fast. This card now is 24 watchers.
I do think it'd be kind of funny if you guys all watch this card and he wakes up in the morning and there's like 144 people watching this card. He'd be like, "Oh my God!"
All right, you talked me into it. I'm gonna go search for this one.
he knows what he has. Yeah. Shelly, that was a scary little mind break for me. All right, we've been out here for a while. Let's get to some quick Instagram shout outs, Jeff. And if anyone sees anything like this on eBay, that's kind of funny. Send it to either of us, and we'll talk about it next week.
Oh yeah, it would be good to talk about.
We just don't want to be too mean spirited. Like I just think this is objectively a very funny eBay listing.
All right, I'm watching it. I'm now the 4th watcher.
Oh, all right, we got some of you guys all over this. Okay, all right. The first card I want to talk about. Again, thank you to SFO Sox fan for donating. Not selling below comp. For donating the trivia prizes tonight. But this is my favorite. I think this is my favorite Mookie Betts card, Jeff.
It's so cool. And this is these are the kind of cards that make you wish that he had just been a Boston Red Sox player for his whole career.
Yeah, but I think the fact he's a Dodger, I don't know. Like this card is still pretty great. Like that was one of the most dominant teams that we've seen still, even despite these two.
He was the best player on that team.
Yes. Oh yeah. But yeah, this is really cool. I did not know, and so it's extremely rare. 2019 opening day. It's a rally time. They're basically SSBs. Like there's I don't know print runs, but I would say under 100 for sure. They're really really rare. You could ask SFO what he paid for this. I would bucks in the last like 6 months. I paid like 100 and some odd for a raw copy, which if you guys remember, I think it was about 18 months ago. I accidentally ran it through the washing machine, which is why we don't heavily drink when we are handling baseball cards, because sometimes we forget what's in our pockets and
We try not to.
things
SFO Sox fan says only 6 graded. And remember, this opening day was a very cheap set when it came out. So a lot of kids were opening it. A lot of cards went unnoticed. So the print run isn't exactly what is out there.
Wow. But yeah, this is very cool. Yeah, Shelly, I don't want to. The Darvish is it's just sad now that he's not playing, but this card is awesome. And I think as a Red Sox fan, and I don't understand, Jeff, why this isn't a card every year. I mean, it could be for Mookie Betts, but I mean for anyone who wins.
Yes.
Like Corey Seager 2 years ago, collectors would eat this stuff up. I would love something like this in a 2022 set for the Braves.
And this is the kind of card you could bring to a baseball game, Chris. Remember when you brought the Soto? Was it the Soto parade for the Nationals?
Yes. Oh yeah. When we met Patrick Corbin, I want to see if he could identify.
Here you could narrow down all these players. Yeah, it's very cool.
But yeah, it's also the kind of card where you see a PSA 8 and you can maybe get it for a little bit cheaper. You just nothing better at all. Just keeping with the opening day theme here. Seasoned Giants collection.
Hey, look at that Posey. Looks familiar right in the middle.
I want to show this one before, but he shared his run of opening day Posey cards, and all 4 of these are fantastic. Topps just loved Buster Posey, Jeff.
He's got some of the best looking image variations at SSPs, and this doesn't even have any trolleys on this picture. Yeah, he's got some great cards. Yeah,
we get 2 different World Series parade shots. We get known for a catcher. We get a random shot of him playing first, and then we get the bubble gum and what looks like a throwback jersey right there.
Yeah. The 3-time world champion Giants are represented very well by Topps, and Posey is no exception.
Yeah, if you're going to give us a card of a guy in street clothes, he better be getting showered with confetti and wearing it.
There you go. And it's got the year on. It's got the world champion sweatshirt. Yeah. Great choice.
I just want to point out that 2013 is incredibly rare. We have a image variation Facebook group, and I think about every month there's a couple Giants fans on there begging if anyone has seen that card or might want to sell that card. But it's just you just never see it. They're locked away in Northern California, I think, Jeff.
Yes, I agree. The Giants have a rabid collector fan base, and especially for guys like Posey and Lincecum and Mad Bum, the guys that were cornerstones of those championships. SFO Sox fans, the level of want from Giants collectors for these is intense.
Yep. Yes, as it should be.
Yep, that's great.
All right, there was some really cool Acuna stuff I saw this week. This one comes from our good friend Cardboard Showcase.
Yes.
This is a mega box image variation, Jeff. I feel like this card sort of disappeared.
Yes, it did.
For about a year while Acuna was hurt and kind of working his way. I really hadn't seen a lot come up for sale.
It's been a long time since I've seen this one.
Yeah. It's very cool. I get a little bit sad that one of his knees is so front and center on the card, but
yeah,
I love this image.
Yeah, and it sounds like from Mike, it was a recent pickup, right?
Yes.
So this was one of the first, I don't know, for me when I got back in 2017, this is one of the first image variations that stuck out to me that was different than the regular image. That's something you don't often see. And yeah, now looking back, I don't know, this is making me nostalgic. I feel like I have to pick one of those up.
This is also one of these cards that's like, so it's a Bowman mega box from 2018. So it's like arguably this might be his very last card before he debuted, essentially.
Correct.
Like his like oldest non-rookie card. And normally these cards will fly under the radar. Sadly, a lot of these just sort of get forgotten because they're not firsts and they're not rookies. They're in that like middle ground. But because this image is so cool, The card actually gained some notoriety and it has some life. And there are some sticker auto parallels, but I think it looks a lot better without the sticker
It
auto.
did, and it has some personality. Staley's calling you out here, though. Acuna sitting down is fine, but you draw the line with Freddie. What do you have to say? What's your answer to that, Chris?
Acuna's in the dugout. Freeman was in a diner, actually a fake diner, I think. At least here, you get the sense that he was just or is about to play baseball.
Yeah, you get the personality and you get the almost on the field effect. So I don't think it's quite the same, but I appreciate the challenge, Staley.
And he has the decency to cover his crotch, at least with his hand, whereas Freeman is just out there for the world to see.
Yeah.
Seven Costanza, I think that's a great call. Yeah, and he does everything he does is cooler than Freddie.
He's cool. He's just, and this was really young Acuna. This was Acuna ready to take on the world.
Yeah, but it's this is that's a very cool card. I like it a lot. Still don't have one. Another example of this, I believe, was it last year? I think someone in this a Red Sox SFO could tell me, but like Marcelo Meyer has one of these cards that I don't think it's not a first, but he's like leaning on the green monster, and I think that's his mega box image variation, and it's awesome. I that's one of my favorite non-first prospect cards of anyone of the last couple of years.
Yeah, Meyer's got some good cards in his very short career. He looked good today too.
Yeah, he pinch hit today. Had a couple of hits.
Yep.
Okay, not to be outdone. It's difficult to outdo Cardboard Showcase, but there's a gentleman on Instagram named AK9 Collections who has basically spent the month of March, Jeff, posting just absolutely incredible Acuna cards.
Yeah, I figured you probably have that on speed dial.
Yeah, I mean, I just look at them and sort of I drool a little bit and then just try to go on living my life. But here's his 2019 Gold Cup Superfractor. He's got a lot of logo men 1-of-1s. There's a ton of golds and stuff on this guy's page. If you like Acuna, take a look. And it really, it puts our own collections in a little bit of perspective here.
Yeah, definitely check out his page because he's got some incredible cards, including this, just Superfractor casually thrown up there.
Yeah.
Love the Rookie Cup. Anything with the Rookie Cup on is great. Seeing Acuna there, great.
Yeah, I assume, or I shouldn't assume. I don't know if this gentleman also has the Chrome image variation super, but once you have one, I feel like you got to try to track the other one down.
Well, if he does, you got to get it from him, Chris.
I don't know. Maybe if I'm ever in Singapore.
A question from Wisco Card Collector. Does Chris need a bib when looking at Acuna cards?
Yes. I have a towel.
Yeah,
we'll just leave it at that. All right, from I wanted to share this pickup here from Thorson Collectibles. He completed the Royce Lewis 22 Finest Rookie Rainbow. Recently picked up the Super. So he actually has a pretty cool checklist here on the side with all of them. And it's a pretty cool hitting image. I don't like the direction Finest is going in, but 2022 is a pretty cool set. And it does a nice job with this post, kind of matching the colors. But this is
congratulations. That's a lot of work and very impressive.
It's almost a reasonable rainbow by today's standards. Nope. I'm sorry. It keeps going.
It keeps scrolling down. The further you scroll, we get some lava in there. Congratulations on finishing that. And it's his rookie. Royce Lewis is another one of those what could have been stories. I remember he was so hot when I first got back in, and he was in Bowman Draft, and everybody thought he was going to be the next big thing, and he just kept getting hurt, and he kind of took the mantle from Buxton, where he would just play, and when he'd play, he'd be great, and then he just couldn't stay healthy. So maybe he can get a late season or a late career resurgence. Maybe he can be an Aaron Judge type player and be healthy through his 30s.
Yeah, or maybe he just needs a change of scenery, but who knows? I was like,
Just Lacorn says Royce Lewis was up to bat, and new Twins manager pinch hits Trevor Larnach for him. Larnach case.
Ouch.
Yeah.
All right, a couple more here. This was we see a lot of image variations on Instagram. I think my algorithm thankfully highlights them for me. But Crazy Cryptids Collects posted one that I'd never seen before. So this is out of 2019 Top Series 2. It's a Legends variation of Frank Robinson. So you guys saw this one, and I hope you did. It's awesome. This is the card. And I got to say, I really appreciate Crazy Cryptids Collects was kind enough to give us some context here,
Thank you.
because I feel like it is absolutely necessary when you see a card like this. We have to know what's going on.
That's so cool. So it's like a kangaroo court going on,
That's
which
exactly what's going on.
anybody who's been involved in baseball at any level probably knows what a kangaroo court is. But yeah, they talk about various violations that teams may have had. So he's got this Revolutionary War type
old British wig
vibe going.
So he was kind enough to.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
He included a little footage here, a little behind the scenes footage.
Incredible Crazy Cryptids.
Yeah. So this was really, really cool. And this, I kind of need a copy of this card now. But this is a card I did not know existed. So Crazy Cryptids, thank you for sharing this. I love it. It's awesome.
I might need that too.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And a kangaroo court is, if anybody, if you go out and don't look presentable, like if your socks aren't pulled on right, you might get fined by the judge. It looks like Frank Robinson was the judge for this particular time. If you don't run out of ground ball, you might get a fine in the kangaroo court. That's very cool. And this would look good with my Hank Aaron.
Oh yeah. If you guys ever, I know I've talked about this show before, but it's one of my favorite sort of hidden gem TV shows. It's called Brockmire. With Hank Azaria, where he plays a Major League Baseball announcer who has a meltdown and ends up trying to rebuild his career in the minor leagues after some time spent in Indonesia. It's fantastic. It's definitely not for kids. It is absolutely hilarious, but there's a really good example of a minor league baseball team holding a kangaroo court because of a player not following through on what he was supposed to do. In that particular episode, like one of the players had been hit by a pitch. And this pitcher had been told, like, you go out there and you defend your player, your teammate, and he did not do it.
Hit the next guy, yeah.
And he didn't do it, so there was a kangaroo court about it, and he was found guilty.
Michigan Gardens graph with some further explanation. Video is Jim Palmer not hustling in a game. He threw a no-hitter. he still fined his ass for not hustling in a game where he throws a no-hitter. Perfect.
Well, that is hilarious. Yeah, that Chop Shop 10 is also a fan of Brockmire. Like, please check it out. I think it's on like Amazon Prime, but you might have to buy the season. It's like $1 an episode. I think there's 8, but I promise you, you'll be very happy with your $10 purchase or whatever it charges or whatever it costs. Oh, $2. Oh, this card costs you $2. Yeah, just check out the show. The show is great, and yeah, this card is awesome. And I'm afraid, Jeff, we should have done. This might be a Blabbin grab type scenario.
I was just thinking that. By the time we go to eBay, they're going to be like $30.
Yeah, but this card is awesome. And Crazy Cryptids, the fact that you found that video is so cool to actually.
Very cool. Love that you put the context in there. Yeah. Well done.
All right. I got a couple more. There's an account out there called Chucky Hacks. And this was just, I mean, you just see some straight fire like this, and it kind of stops you in your tracks. I also want to point out, he said he got these from the PSA vault.
Congratulations.
That's impressive in and of itself.
Yes.
Jeff and I requested a shipment from our vault about 10 days ago, and we have heard absolutely nothing since then. So we'll get it at some point. But yeah, very cool assortment. We got 2 SSPs, and of course,
look at that. We've talked a lot about that Vlad first hit ball, one of the better tops images of the last decade. You get a highly regarded prospect getting up to the big leagues, getting his first major league hit. You get an image of him with that ball that he got the first major league hit on in the dugout. Great shot. Is that an Independence Day, Chris?
That's a Shohei Independence Day rookie.
Wow, love that.
That's not a card you see very often, but there's a lot of red and white on that card, and it looks really cool. Okay. Yeah, all right. A couple more. We'll move kind of quickly here. We're just going to skip over that. Okay. Shelly, if you're still here, I wanted to just share Matthew's PC picked up this Michael Harris Stadium Club. It's his Chrome Superfractor. Of course, it has Heredia on it, which is probably why I was finally able to remember his name. But this is, I think, Michael Harris's best image on a card. Just really cool. They should have, kudos to that camera guy for really getting up close and personal to Heredia. I'm not sure.
Right up there in the backside, getting a nice glute shot there.
Lord. Woo. I'm not sure that that angle aired on network TV, but maybe you can find it online somewhere. But this super is awesome. And if there's going to be a super with an auto, they'll slap a sticker on there. So this has got to be one of the coolest versions of this card that exists.
The best. And it's not of a catch he didn't make.
Yes,
Perfect.
exactly.
Nice. The 7 it's got me on a little bit of a side rant, but he says bring back the Brave Sunday creams. I just want to get in general the fact that Heritage brought back the throwbacks, which is great.
Yes.
But there's only 3 teams represented because so many teams are only going to City Connects instead of using some throwbacks. I don't know if was the Brave Sunday cream, was that a throwback, Chris?
I don't know. I
wish more teams would go back to the throwbacks because with only a few teams being there, then the Heritage throwbacks cards aren't quite as special.
And I feel like, and fans love that stuff, guys. When teams go play a game in a totally different uniform, like fans like it. You throw them in the gift shop, and we'll go buy that stuff because we're morons. I mean, we're
absolute idiots. Yeah. Oh boy, I'm on Shelly's hit list.
Oh boy,
2 strikes.
Uh-oh, Jeff.
What?
Uh-oh.
What rainbow did I take a shot at? Oh man,
I don't know. I did see someone here. Yeah.
Nice.
Tommy Bain said he bid on the gold minted version. I love this image. I wanted an on-card auto of it. So that's the only copy of this that I have, just a base auto. And I like the idea that Michael Harris signed these. He must have smiled when he saw it. They've always had a really cool outfield celebration. But yeah. So yeah, gold minted refractor. There's rainbow foils that I'm sure look incredible. But yeah, gold minted is going to be great too. Hopefully we get gold minteds next year. We can get them.
Bring them back. Bring them back.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. But okay. But yeah, this is awesome. And cards like this, much like with the Caglione, man, I need a resurgent Michael Harris, Jeff. I need it. I need it.
He's due. He's due. If they have an 80% chance of making the playoffs, they need a resurgent Michael Harris.
They do. All right. I am ready for our Instagram clip of the week. If you can find the intro music.
Let me see if I can do that.
I don't know.
Blabbin, bounce, blabbin! Instagram post of the week. Low.
Okay.
There we are.
All right. So I shared this on Instagram. This just puts the biggest smile on my face.
Chris was very excited about this.
I love this card. The simplicity of it and the seriousness that Cal Raleigh stands there dead effing serious, Jeff. Very just heroically kind of staring.
Yeah, looking off into the distance.
And then we just get that nickname. Just the juxtaposition of the image and the nickname is just perfect.
Right. He's very serious. This could be an image on his Hall of Fame plaque. He's so serious. And then you look slightly above it. Big dumper.
Yeah. And this card is great. We talked about this a lot in our Spitball and Discord. I know Staley Gilmore was out for one. I was surprised. There was a lot of talk in the chat then about the print runs of these cards and how they've unfortunately gotten larger. I don't know, unfortunately or fortunately, depending how you want to look at it. There's more nickname variations now. Yeah, more accessible. So this card is readily available on eBay for about $50, and I am 100% going to buy one. I think this is awesome. And if I'm ever going to get Cal Raleigh's autograph, it'll be on this exact card. I think this is great. And I do hope maybe going forward, Jeff, they don't do them again next year when they do the nickname variations. Maybe just do it once.
Yeah, I agree. Limited to 1 per player. So he'll never have another one of these, hopefully. Yeah, but
it's just,
that might be too much to ask.
Even I don't know everything about this card. The fact that it's right up there in big pink, bold, all caps. It jumps off the card. It's just everything about this is awesome. Yeah. A nice red ink auto on this 7 Costanza would be really, really cool. If they ever bring back jumbos, I feel like Topps has kind of just done away with box toppers, but this, a nickname.
It seems like that's went away, but this would be a fun 5x7 to get autoed.
It would be. Yeah, Staley, I kind of like that it's accessible as well. But yeah, this is one of these cards. I'm definitely going to pick one of these up and then hope for a signing from him in the near future. But we see a lot of stuff on Instagram, Jeff. Some 6-figure cards It's crazy stuff that we'll never see in person, but this is the card over the last 2 weeks that I saw, and it made me smile for the longest. So this comes from Most Modern Sports Cards. So thank you for posting this.
Yeah, Crazy Cryptids with a reminder of the origin of the nickname was one of Jared Kellenick's best contributions.
Staley says Bobby Witt's first nickname is in the set too.
Yeah, I want to know what is the nickname? Mullet?
It's the nickname. I haven't seen his. I've just been a little tunnel focused on the big dumper, which is not a great phrasing right there. But yeah, if you tell me what it says, I'll just
what is Bobby Witt's nickname? Bobby Baseball? Okay.
Baseball. Okay. That's not terrible. I mean, we're all playing for second place with this nickname, Jeff.
Yeah.
Bobby Baseball.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Bobby Baseball. Yeah, that seems kind of manufactured, but what are you going to do? I'd rather call him the mullet.
Right. Yeah, the mullet is good. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, he's a really talented player. I'm sure he'll give us a lot of great nickname options as we go.
You would think.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to a copy of this card at some point. Kudos to Topps. I know there's a lot of stuff in Heritage I don't like. Heritage does not need speckle refractors, but we could go off on a Heritage tangent, Jeff. But I like this card.
There have been some nice additions to the Heritage run. I do love this design. The 77 design? That's
yes.
77 design now.
Yep.
It's very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love the Dale Murphy auto. It's just a blown up image of his. We talked about last week of his small. We saw a couple red inks have surfaced, and those look great too.
Ooh. Oh, I would like to see that. I'm gonna have to go look those up.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. And yeah, whoever said the Roman Empire one, that's got to be cool with as a rookie card, especially. That's awesome.
Yeah, especially if he goes on to big things. That's big. That's big. Chris, do you know what these boxes are going for?
No idea. We can look it up pretty quickly though.
They kind of just snuck out, and Heritage is a box that I've enjoyed opening with my kids because it's usually not too price prohibitive, and you can get some fun stuff out of it. A lot of times you don't even know what it is. Like they'll switch the direction of the bat on the back or switch some colors sometimes, especially with that 75. It got a little crazy last year knowing what you had, but
oh my goodness. All right. Well, it looks like Cards HQ sold a few today for 160. I see eBay. They're going for about 135. Jeez. Yeah. 135 to 150 seem to be the eBay prices.
Decals are great. Royally cheese. That might be a little price prohibitive for me, if I'm being honest, but we'll see. I wonder if I can get some retail.
That's a high price, Jeff. That's a really high price for a product that doesn't guarantee an auto in the box. Like
no, you're going to get a relic.
You're going to get a relic.
Yeah, I like this thick boy. I like how it had the All-Stars across the bottom. When I was a kid collecting, they had All-Stars as a subset in the 80s, mid to late 80s. But before that, if the player was an All-Star, they just threw that across his regular card, which is cool.
Yeah, yeah. So decal edged. I mean, it doesn't really move the needle for me either way. Like,
I like it because they're kind of a little bit like the die cuts. Adds a little change.
Sure.
Yeah.
I just don't like the fact that they made the refractor rainbow kind of match with Topps chrome. That I don't like. They left the blacks alone, thankfully. But they should have left the golds to fight. We don't need reds, oranges, blues. We don't need that stuff in Heritage. That's not what Heritage is about.
No, I think blacks are at a 77 this year.
Yep.
Appropriately.
And we have to just mention real quick, if you guys have not seen, they have paper black border parallels. And they also have paper dark gray parallels. And I don't need to tell you.
Of course they do. I believe that's what Adam's talking about, the charcoal. I think it's called charcoal, Chris.
Yes, that is just, I love to have been in the room when that was mentioned.
It's just like, well, let's say if we had a black paper and you just set it out in the sun for an afternoon, then it would turn into charcoal. Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Right. But when we print them, let's make sure we print them to look exactly the same so no one can tell them apart.
Yeah, exactly right.
There's just, totally. I don't even like, if I'm being completely honest, Jeff, the black refractors are so cool and they've been around for so long. We don't need the black paper ones.
No black papers. The only black parallel should be the black refractor in Heritage, but
neither
sale.
Yeah. No one asked us,
No one asked us, and they continue to not ask us.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. All right. Well, let us know if you didn't tell us in the chat. Let us know in the comments after what you guys think. who your MVP picks are, what your World Series matchups are. It's really hard to pick against the Dodgers, for better or for worse.
It's hard to pick against any repeats. I mean, in any of the competitions, either team or individual players, there's definitely a pecking order. Collectors, Charles is saying PCA. If he put two halves together like he did the first half last year, he's right up there.
All right. Stressful Acorn says he likes the sparkles. I mean, I just can't get behind them, but that's okay. I mean, if they're in a pack and you like them, then maybe Topps is doing something right.
Yep, absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. Yeah. So please hit that like and subscribe if you haven't. Let us know we're crazy for our picks in the comments, or just avoid the cards of those players because, like Cole Reagans, Matt Olson, and whoever else last year we picked wrong.
Oh yeah, I think Cole Reagans, and who was Zach Wheeler. I think those were those are my young picks. One of which looked really good for like 3 months, and then his career's over. But the other one was bad pretty much out of the gate.
Prior to that, yeah. So let us know in the comments what you think. If you're buying anything on eBay, please use this code up here, and we get a small percentage of your purchase. Thank you for doing that. Thanks to SFO Sox Fan. Huge appreciation for your donation of the opening day boxes for today's trivia. That was awesome that you could do that. And please, the winners of the opening day boxes, once you get them, please let us know if you pull anything of note.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And maybe in 2 weeks we'll find out. Hopefully we get something good in there. D74715. Yes, that card is a short print. The dumper card. Just wanted to quickly answer that for you. Okay.
Great. All right. Thanks everybody for joining us. Do we have another week before SSP? I think next week is SSP Thursday.
Next week is SSP. Sports Card Collector 17. I like what you're saying. I'm not going to put that on the screen though, because I don't want to draw more attention to it. So let's keep that between you and me. Yeah, SSP Thursday next week. I know for the first week in a while, Jeff has very quietly been accumulating some really cool extra short printed cards. So he's got a fun week ahead.
I've started to post a couple on Instagram, but yes, I've got some more to show.
Yeah. Curator, no Seeger red for me. I did return, or I denied, or I asked for a refund when the eBay authentication found a pretty massive flaw in the card. So I just drafted him in fantasy instead. So that probably means I shouldn't be buying his cards anyway.
Well,
I do like him though. I like him a lot.
Maybe it would cancel out the negative. If you had him in fantasy and add a card, it's like a double negative, maybe.
Yeah, right. It might. Yeah. All right.
Thanks everybody for joining us. Give your parents a call. Relax. Enjoy the weekend. Give your pets a hug if they're not too opposed to you getting close to them. Some pets, tend to avoid their owners. Chris, how's Jelly doing?
Jelly is doing great.
Still healthy?
More or less. I did throw up a twist tie this morning.
That's all of us. We're day to day. All right. Thanks everybody for joining us. See you next week.